A pleasant good afternoon, Friday afternoon, as NE10 conference hockey action begins today as the 2-0 St. Michael's College Purple Knights take on your 0-1 Post University Eagles. A pleasant, hot good afternoon here at the Louis Astorino Hockey Complex here on the campus of Hamden High School, as today your Eagles host the Purple Knights from St. Michael's in their conference opener. I'm Jeff Nelson. Coach Pete Whitney will join us in just a moment. For the Eagles, another one-goal loss, which was the story of last season, where they were 3-10 in one-goal games last season and finished the season 3-25-1 and 2-17-1 in the NE10. But a hard-fought contest. They led into the third period on goals by Jake Alloy and freshman Owen Atkinson, who had a goal and an assist. Junior Jacob Howell had 2 assists in the game. But unfortunately for the Eagles, they fell 3-2 in overtime. They had their chances in the overtime session, but just could not get one by the goaltenders at Fitchburg State. This is the first of 5 home games in 8 days for the Eagles. They have 12 freshmen on the roster. For the visitors from St. Michael's, they were 4-0 against the Eagles last season. 2 overtime wins, 3 one-goal wins. Again, the story for the Eagles season. 15-14-0 overall, 13-7 in the NE10. They were 9-5 on the road and lost 5-1 in the NE10 championship game. They're coming off a 2-0 weekend last weekend, 5-1 win and 4-0 win over the Massachusetts College of Liberal Arts. They have 4 players currently with 3 points and 5 players with 2 points. And Coach, as I bring you in, we'll call it a neutral site home game today up here in Hamden due to some facility issues, let's call it. And the Eagles come in again 3-10 in one-goal games last year. We talked about it a lot. Those last 5 minutes of periods were crushing them, sort of bit them again on last weekend. What do they need to do to sort of improve upon that as this younger group continues to move forward?
Well, especially with a team where you have the youth that they have this year, composure is going to be a difference maker. I think there were 6 penalties in that game against Fitchburg State. So, you're playing a man down for 12 minutes. That's not something you can consistently do and be successful. So staying out of the box for sure and keeping your composure is, I think, first and foremost when you do have a new team, because there's a lot of adjustments a player has to make moving from that junior level to the NCAA level. There's certain things that happen in the junior level that the officials may let go that just don't let go in this level.
They were 6 for 6 on the penalty kill, which was a plus, 0 for 2 on the power play, which was also a story of last season where they were last in the league in power play percentage last year. But they bring in a bunch of new players, Coach. Baxter Kimball, Owen Atkinson, who we mentioned, and Joe Santoro Jr. amongst the forward group who they brought in this year to really pick up the offensive pace, score more goals, more importantly.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they've got, I think it was around 30 goals that they graduated. So you've got quite a bit. You've got a little bit of pressure on the veterans to produce at and actually honestly above a little bit what they did last year. And then you want those new players to chip in, because it's difficult to rely on your new players to lead the way in points when they're trying to navigate their first year in the NCAA.
Size again on defense, Coach. Trey Delory back again. Feel like he's been here for 15 years now, but back again. All 6'5" of them. Tanner Glassroot, 6'7", also in the lineup tonight. But Tommy Bice, who seems to have played everywhere other than goal for this team, now full-time on D. What do you expect to see out of Tommy?
Yeah, Tommy, I remember back when Tommy first came to Post, one of the things that I liked about him was he did have offensive ability and was really solid on D, made a good first pass, was a leader, quiet kid, quiet leader, but was instrumental in many of our games, especially that game against Southern New Hampshire.
But some consistency, at least on D. They did lose Carr and Cardo to other locations, but 5 of the 6 remaining D, at least in starting today, were on the team last season and playing serious minutes for this team. So good step forward. I was talking to Brandon Brown before the game, who is interim coach today, as Coach Richter is out on personal reasons, but really likes what he sees out of Drew in the preseason and what he saw the other night.
Yeah, I've seen all except the Alvernia preseason game. I went to the other games, watched the Fitchburg State game. So there's a lot of pluses here from the net out, and that's how you want to build your team. And that's where the most experience is, I think, right now, and that hopefully pays dividends.
Should be a fun one. The home opener today against 5 home games in 8 days for the Eagles, with the rematch against St. Michael's tomorrow. Starting lineups brought to you by Post University, offering online, hybrid, and on-campus degree programs to meet your needs. For you, Post is personal. For more information on all the Post degree programs, to visit campus, take a tour, or apply, go to post.edu. That's post.edu. For the visitors, From Colchester, Vermont, the St. Michael's College Purple Eagles, who are 2-0 on the season. No record in the NE10s. This is their NE10 home opener as well. In goal, they'll have Cole Manahan, the junior out of Hermantown, Minnesota. He's 1-0 on the season. 1.00 goals against average and a .950 save percentage. His defensive combination is Ashton Alan, the 5'10", 178 junior out of Brentwood, Tennessee, and the captain David Ciancio, 5'11 senior out of Scituate, Rhode Island. Forward line is left wing Hans Forselius, 5'10 sophomore out of Guilford, Connecticut, Maddie Torianen, the junior out of Grapevine, Texas, and Jake Leal, 5'11", 170 junior out of Suffern, New York. Head coach in year number 14 is Damon Julian. Assistant coaches Lily Holmes and Brent Truchon. For your Eagles, in goal will be Drew Blodgett, 5'11", 190 out of Lowell, Massachusetts. He's got a 2.82 goals against average and a .929 save percentage. He is 0-1 on the season. He's a senior out of Lowell, Massachusetts. His defensive combination, freshman Aiden Kennedy, 6'1", 190 out of Schaumburg, Illinois, and the aforementioned Tommy Bice, senior, 6', 200 out of Holland, Michigan. Forwards, Baxter Kimball is a junior out of Elliott, Maine, a transfer, 5'10", 177. Joe Santoro is a junior, 5'10", 190 out of Wilkett, Connecticut, also a transfer. And Parker Norling, a sophomore, 5'11", 175 out of Andover, Minnesota. Eagles are 0-1 on the season. Their head coach is Tim Richter, though not here today due to personal reasons. Assistant coach Andy DeAngelis and Brandon Brown. Brandon will be running the bench today for the Eagles, all of whom are in their third year. Teams getting announced to the crowd here in Hamden. Again, a neutral site home game for the Eagles, about 20 minutes farther up the road than they would normally play in Shelton. Be back in Shelton on Tuesday night. But right now we'll stop for our playing of the national anthem. Our national anthem. As I mentioned, the Eagles 5 home games in 8 days. They'll play again tomorrow here at 4 o'clock in Hamden. Second of the 2 games set against St. Mike's. I will be up for football. The Eagles will wrap up their home football finale 1 o'clock tomorrow. I'll be up there, so we'll have somebody filling in with Coach tomorrow, 4 o'clock. Then Tuesday back at the Sports Center of Connecticut. That's an 8 p.m. game against Westfield State. Then 2 home games against St. A's, Friday and Saturday back at Sports Center of Connecticut, 4 p.m. Friday, 1 p.m. Saturday. 5 home games in 8 days. Good opportunity for the Eagles to get some conference wins and get some wins to start the season at home. Normally for football, I tell you what the temperature is because it's important in the game. I'm going to tell you anyway because it's 68 degrees outside and probably 85 in here. I am highly overdressed to call a hockey game in this building and might lose 10 pounds sweating myself to death here. But off we go. Face off at center between Santoro and Torianen. Eagles go left to right as you look at your screen. They're in the white. St. Michael's is in the purple going right to left. Face off is somewhat even, but then the Eagles finally take it away and try to chop it up to center. Brought briefly into the Eagle zone where it's played by Kennedy. Sends it up to Santoro, who takes a hit. Nicely laid out by Elaine, and out come the Eagles. Pass a little bit too far for Forselius. 5'10 sophomore out of Guilford, Connecticut. He gives back to Elaine. Elaine gets to center, tries to get to the red line, but good stick checking by the Eagles forces him to return and try again. This time they dump it into the zone behind. Blodgett chasing after it is Tommy Bice. senior out of Holland, Michigan, goes behind the net with it, being chop check, rims it off the side of the net, dangerously, still played back to the point. Wrist shot taken off a stick, it's bouncing, and into the corner it goes as the shot was taken by Cole Douglas. Puck rimmed around, but then stopped behind it, comes out in front, and Blodgett makes the glove save. And jumps on it 56 seconds into the first period, no score. Coach, we talked about this in the pregame. We're playing at a sort of a high school gym, and as we look on the benches, everybody's nice and tightly bunched together.
Yes, a very homey feeling right here, right now.
Face off to Blodgett's right between Jack McDonald and Jacob Howe, who had 2 assists in the game on Saturday against Fitchburg State, but he loses the face-off here back to Douglas. Douglas goes D-to-D, and a long shot taken by Canchias, stopped by Blodgett. Rimmed around behind the net, Rylan Dukes comes away with it in the near side corner. He goes back to the point to Douglas, who take a long shot, bobbled by Blodgett, sticked on by Winicki, and into the near side corner. Big hit on the half wall right in front of the Eagle bench as the Eagles try to get it out. St. Michael's pinching in, and finally the Eagles able to get it out of the zone with Noble chipping it up ahead to Aloy. Aloy, who had a goal on Saturday, racing back for it, lost it. Had it chopped away, picked back up by Noble. He rims it around to the near side, inside the Knight zone, and they bring it back behind the net, but then chop it away, and chasing after it is Howell. Howell tries to leave for McQuegan. Delory stepping into it, and the puck goes all the way down the ice. Tanner Glassroot, all 6-7 of them. He's a nice long pass ahead to Howell. Howell, right at the blue line, chips it in, and he'll go off on a line change, and the puck at the Knights' defense. Ty Bloom feeds it up on the far side for McFarland. A little too far, though, on the pass across the ice. Looking for a streaking Kyle Lee, and the Eagles dump it back into the Knight zone, but too far as they were on the other side of the red line, and that's an icing, 2:04 into period 1. Teams feeling each other out a little bit, but St. Mike's has the early pressure, Coach. Is that because they played a couple more games, or just they're a little bit more of a senior-laden group?
Well, I think it's probably both of those, and the other piece is they're very quick on transition, trying to take away that speed of post so they can't attack quite as quickly. So that's been a good strategy for them up till now.
Jonathan Meyer in the faceoff for the Eagles. He is from Kungabaka, Sweden, and now an opportunity for the Eagles on the break. Here comes McDevitt over the line, but lost the puck and slipped away by Manahan. Sends it all the way around to the near side boards, but here comes the attack again to the Knights, 3-on-2 if they hurry. Over the line they come with a shot toward the net, stop, rebound! Shipped on the net by Lecomte. Back to the point it goes to Ciancio. Ciancio faked the shot in the middle, went to the far side, rimmed it around all the way back. Fast boards here in Hamden. Good hit made there by the Eagles. Bolak didn't board him, which was a good play. And now down behind the net, Glassroot. All 6-7 of them holding down the Knights forward, trying to get it away. Good fighting along the boards. A hit there as McFarland goes down. Ciancio on right point. Ciancio shoots it toward the net, goes behind the net. Opportunity for the Eagles to get it out as Meyer rims it back around. Glassroot chasing after it, being fought off by Last, Patrick Last, the 5'10 freshman out of Derry, New Hampshire. Down low, it rims all the way to McDevitt on the far side. He tries to chip it out, and he finally does. Out to center. Chasing after it for the Eagles is Baxter Kimball. Kimball, though, lost it, and back come the Knights again on transition, as Coach mentioned. All the way down into the Eagles zone, Tommy Bice. Behind the net, avoids the check of Lee. Puck squirts free, goes behind the net. Tommy Bice picks it up again. Bice comes out the other side, feeds a pass up to Norling. Norling looking cross ice for Kimball, chopped away, and then tried to send back into the zone. Didn't get deep as Bavis reversed the flow. Here's Norling. Norling looking up ahead for Santoro. Santoro over the line, fakes, goes around into the, centers it on front off the leg and almost in as he banked it off Jack Leal, but Manahan ready. Good play there by Santoro. And Coach, they talked about Santoro in the pregame, what they liked about him last week and what they expect out of him. This is a guy who puts up points.
Yeah, Joe's a hard-nosed player with a lot of good junior experience and some NCAA experience as well up in a tough league up with Fredonia there. So they do expect a lot from him, and he's capable of it.
Face off to Manahan's left. It's between Murray and Torianen. Torianen wins it back to Canchias, who rims it around and all the way out to center. Played by Noble, sends it across to Delory. Trey Delory, long pass off the stick of Scotty Swain and into the Knight zone. Aloy fighting it after. Connor Murray in there as well, but it pops free for the Knights, who rim it around to the near side. Delory pinches in, but it gets by him. Good hustle back by Murray to get there before the Knights can transition, and here's Trey Delory. Delory takes a hit, lost the puck, give it away, comes back, it's Forselius. Forselius makes a move around Delory. He's into the circle and falls down, no penalty. And back come the Eagles with a 3-on-2 opportunity, but they don't transition well, but Aloy comes in one-on-one. He tries to go around, he stick check, no penalty called there, as referees have their arms down early on. Penalties either way, not called, and out comes Forselius. Forselius taken out by Glassrud, and the puck goes behind the net, rimmed all the way around to the far side wall, chipped high in the air off the roof. And we complained about the roof at the Shelton being low, upstairs in particular. This one's going to give it a run for its money. If Tanner Glassrud's 6'7" and close to 7 feet on skates, this roof's about 10 feet tall.
Yeah, that's going to be an adjustment for them because with those lights, the ceiling's about a foot lower than what it actually is even.
So not a lot of pop fly chip and chases. Got to keep that puck low. And the face-off to Blodgett's left between Jacob Howell and Jake Leal. Glassrud spins away from the check, then lost the puck, pops free into the circle, taken by Howell and dumped all the way down the ice. But a good opportunity chasing it ahead is Atkinson. Atkinson will win the race to avoid the icing, gives it back to McQuegan on the near side corner. Back to Atkinson behind the net. 5 players back behind, and the Eagles come away with it. Excuse me, the Knights come away with it. And here comes Ashton Allan. Allan goes across the ice to Winicki. Winicki will dump it around the boards. Both teams checking out these boards and dashers early on, very quick. And out comes McQuegan as he fanned on his pass ahead, looking for a streaking Jacob Howell, Owen Atkinson. And missed him, so the Knights will regroup again. Allan behind his net, feeds it to Douglas. Douglas having trouble controlling the puck. That might be ice issues with the weather and the temperature in here. A lot warmer, so the ice might be a lot choppier than expected. Lecomte avoids the hit, but gave the puck away and sent right back in by Meyer. Meyer dumped it in. Douglas will get it for the Knights and gives it away to Meyer. Meyer behind the net, avoid the hit, has the puck, centered it out in front, shot taken by a streaking Aiden Kennedy. And that's a player coach that the Eagles expect to pinch up a lot on defense and give offensive opportunities. And there was a good one there from the top of the far circle.
Yeah, they got 2 or 3 defensemen that in their junior careers were high point getters. So you want to see if that can't translate, and you can kind of keep that train rolling as you get to this level.
Kennedy out of Schaumburg, Illinois, home of the Schaumburg Flyers in the Independent Baseball League. Puck popped to center, played by Kennedy, who dumps it right back in. The Eagles had to tag up, and they do. Jack Davis picks it up and goes behind his own net, being watched by Jonathan Meyer. Davis feeds a quick little pass ahead. Nicely done. The Ty Bloom goes around the defense, tries to go around another set of defense, stopped at the blue line, then re-brought in. Wrist shot from about 25 feet out, taken by Jack Davis, the senior out of Roxbury, Massachusetts. And Drew Blodgett makes the save. With 6:23 gone in period number 1, still no score.
You know, right now when St. Mike's has the opportunity, they're getting pucks off a little bit quicker than Post. And I think Post needs to do that. Needs to start just getting some pucks to the net here. You get that goaltender feeling a little bit uncomfortable.
Santoro lost the faceoff, but it's into the near side corner. 5 players chopping after it. And out comes Santoro now with the Eagles trying to break ahead, looking for Norling. Had to roll off a stick, so Norling will go back to Delory. Delory to Noble. They play catch. Delory tries to send it up the middle. It went off the stick and now ends up on the stick up ahead of Baxter Kimball. Kimball had it chopped away, though, by the aggressive checking of Jack Davis. Knights dump it in. They'll go off for a line change. Blodgett stops it, leaves it for Noble. 7 minutes gone in the first period. No score. Delory fakes in the middle, goes back to Noble. Noble looks ahead, tries to find Kimball, goes off a leg, and back to the defense of Case Canchias. Dumped into the near side corner. It bounces up in the air, then chopped between Delory and Forselius. And face off inside the Eagles zone. Coach, ice is a little bit smaller here as well, which means these bigger players are taking up much more space, so it's going to be crowded at times, even on 5-on-5.
Yeah, it will be. And again, like I said, there's a premium on moving the puck in that kind of a situation.
Murray and Torianen in the draw. Won by Torianen, back to the point. Long shot through a screen. It goes off the post. It might have gotten Blodgett as well, but hit the near side post. Puck then rimmed around into the corner where Glassrud will feed it up to center, and Aloy Eloy trying to dump it to Murray, but lost it, and back come the Knights again. But then Glassrud will step up, and back comes the Knights over the line again. Torianen into the near side corner, centered it out in front, but the only one there were Eagles. Fed back to the point to Cantajas, who gives it back to Douglas. He'll dump it, but the Eagles come up with it and send it back out. Douglas aggressively with the glove right at center ice. Avoids the stick check, dumps it in. Knights go off on a line change, and Glassrud and Delory, the defenseman out there for the Eagles right now. Glassrud behind his own net, watched by McDonald. Has Howell go next to him, looking for a streaking Howell. He ends up with the puck and a nice pass from Atkinson. Howell, using his offensive skill, goes around, tries to get in front of the puck, lay there, and a whistle blown. Eagles looking for a penalty. Manahan goes down. Referee saying no goal at the moment. Manahan down as an aggressive play by Howell and a nice pass by Atkinson.
Jake Howell, Jake's a big, strong player, and that's how he played at junior level, and that's how he's been playing since he's been at post. He's doing a good job, kind of that power forward that we talked about back in the day.
Was he pushed into the goalie, coach, or did he go in on his own?
I think he just drove the net hard. He drove the net hard. Certainly ran out of space. There's no question there. So that's, up to some interpretation by the officials, which I think they're explaining that to Coach Julian right now.
Referee did waive the potential of a goal off. I don't know if that puck ever went into the net. Howell and Atkinson were talking to the official thinking it might have gone in, but the question was who really hit Manahan. If it was driven in by Howell, I don't see how they let that count, but it doesn't appear to be a penalty on the play.
No, and again, too, I guess with that goal, too, it's at what point did the official lose sight of the puck as well? I mean, it could end up in the net, but how did that happen, right?
Manahan appears to be okay, just fixing his pads at the moment, but the faceoff will be outside the zone, which is indication that the Eagles were the ones who created the faceoff. Created the whistle, but now the official's still talking. Again, if you joined us late or if you're just joining us now, we're 8:03 into the first period, no score. Coach Tim Richter not on the bench today, so Brendan Brown and Andy DeAngelis are running the bench for the Eagles. Faceoff will be outside the Knight zone, so no penalties, no goal and no penalties. And Howell will jump in against McDonald on the faceoff. Won by Howell, chipped to Atkinson. McQuegan took a chop at it, but sent into the Eagle zone on a dump in by Winicki. Fed up the wall to Ciancio. Ciancio takes a big hit by McQuegan. One of the things the Eagle coaches talked about was McQuegan now a wraparound attempt in front. Blodgett makes a save and dives on it for the whistle. One of the things the Eagles were talking about with this line in particular is they like the speed and quickness out of Howell and Atkinson, but they like the big bruising power forward of McQuegan on this line. They think it really fills it out.
Yeah, then they have some size, right? If you have forward wise, you get guys like Howell out there, McQuegan, and maybe you get a Delory and Glassrud on D. That's a pretty big group right out there.
Face off to Blodgett's right, won by the Knights. Shot toward the net, deflected high, and past Blodgett, rims around all the way to the near side. Hit in the corner by Delory, squirts the puck free to Santoro. He rims it around, looking for O'Connell. O'Connell tries to get out, lost it, deflected toward the net again. Wide, Delory feeds a nice little chop pass out ahead to Santoro, gives it up ahead to Norling. Norling looking for Kimball. Eagles keep it into the point. Long shot through a screen of Noble, who didn't see the puck coming. Picks it up on the far side point. Takes a shot toward the net, looking for the deflection of Kimball. It deflected off a stick, but went wide. Behind the net, Kimball spins away. Gets it back to Santoro, looking to Delory at the point, but he pinched in, so there was nobody there, and the puck goes all the way down the ice. It gives the Knights an opportunity to change, and Blodgett will play it behind his own net. Noble looking for Glassrud. Feeds a long pass ahead to Kimball. Goes off his stick, dumps it down behind to Manahan. Manahan spins it away. Puck comes up the center. Nice hit by Glassrud, but out come the streaking Knights, losing the puck on a good defensive play there. Eagles looking for a quick offensive transition, but they're going to ice the puck as Murray was looking for an Eagle player, but nobody was on the near side of the ice. Instead, that's an icing on the wrong side of the red line with 9:32 gone in period number one. Face off to Blodgett's left.
Yeah, you can see the difference, though, right? When Post has got their feet moving and they're able to transition quick. There's a great play by Santoro there. He takes a hit, that good veteran play. He gets that whole thing started, and the play can continue at speed.
Murray and Last in the draw, one by Last, gives it over to Bavis. Bavis centers it in front, goes through the crease and all the way to the near side. Sticks high in the air, picked up by the Knights. In front with a shot taken was Kyle Lee. Save by Blodgett, comes onto the near side. Glassrud, all 6'7" in that frame, putting Davis into the wall, but the Knights retain the puck. Here comes Lee walking in with a shot. Glove save by Blodgett, who came out to the top of his crease to make the save. That's a confident save by Drew Blodgett.
Yeah.
9:57 in the period one.
Yeah, no, that's seeing the puck. A lot of traffic in front, so that does make it difficult for the goaltender. So Drew's ability to look around, kind of see under the arms, between the legs, when you get those 6'5" guys out there on skates, makes a difference.
Jacob Howe on the faceoff with Matty Toriainen. Faceoff to Blodgett's right. And Toriainen tossed from the faceoff, so it'll be Jake Leal, the 5'11" junior out of Suffern, New York. Actually, it will be Hans Forselius in the draw. Wins the draw, back to the point, sent around by Alain. Alain looking for Toriainen. Toriainen sends it out in front. Blodgett tried to play it, couldn't keep it. And then McQuegan feeds a nice pass out to Howell. Here comes Atkinson and Howell, 2-on-1 if they hurry. Atkinson in, over the line, driving to the backhand, and a stop by Manahan. Great stop by Manahan. Good speed by Atkinson and Howell. Looking to center it out in front to Howell was Atkinson. It rolled off the stick, a recenter by Howell off the side of the net. Now Atkinson goes back to the point to Bice. Bice, D-to-D, shot taken from Kennedy, sent into the far side corners. 4 players fighting for it. Good aggressive line, this Howell, Atkinson, McQuegan line. So far, best offensive opportunities for the Eagles today. And then a pass too far, but not far enough for icing. So Kennedy will go back in the near side corners. We're 11 minutes in the period one. No score in a fast-moving first period. No penalties, no score. And good opportunity there on the 2-on-1 from Howell and Atkinson. And Atkinson with a nice backhand, but a good save by Manahan. Tip from the wrong side of center. This is going to be an icing as Meyer touched it on the wrong side of the red line. So that'll go all the way down. And with 9:04 to go in period one, no score. Face-off back inside the Eagle zone to Blodgett's right. Coach Jonathan Meyer, one of the first players in the program from outside North America, from Sweden, really like what they see out of this kid and has really good potential from what the coaches were telling me in the pregame.
Yeah, again, young player from a different place, different style of hockey, can bring some interesting things to your locker room as well as on the ice.
Bice sends it up the near side, taken nicely by Meyer, sends it up in the air, misses the roof, so he only shot it 9 feet in the air because that roof's about 9.5 feet. Played by Kennedy inside the Knight zone. That's Cantajaz looking, just gets it out, and then rimmed right back in by the aggressive Ryan Mosher, a graduate student out of Queensbury, New York. Here comes Cantajaz with head of steam. He gets to center. He's in over the line, chipped it up in the air. Nicely played by Mosher to get it off his stick, and Delory looking across the ice, but a bad pass to Bolak. That'll send Bolak off in a line change, and the Knights will regroup inside their own zone. Cantajaz looking ahead for Schwartz. Lost the puck. Eagles try to take it back. Mosher pops it up in the air. It rims the roof. It rims the net, and that's a face-off at center ice with 8:14 to go in period number one. Any of those stick checks where both players hit the puck at the same time is going to create a whistle at this point.
Yeah, with this ceiling here, the way things are, we can almost touch it. Feel very tall. Very tall here.
I feel tall and hot, and that's not what typically hockey games are, but it is what it is, and we will muscle our way through. Kimball rims it around the boards, takes a weird bounce, but ends up in the far side corner. Norling tried to play a nice check by Santoro. Pinching in was Noble. Couldn't keep it in, and out come Ty Bloom and the Knights, but gave it back to Noble, who hustled back to get to the puck. And now Noble goes behind his own net. Went near Delory, had it chopped off his stick. It goes back to the point, kept in by the Knights. Long shot from the point, blocked aggressively by Norling as the shot was taken by Mosley Schwartz, defenseman for the Knights. Nice hit there again by Norling on Schwartz. A battle of number 13s over on the near side half wall. Puck bumps free to Noble behind the net, looking to try to get it out. Gives it to Norling. Norling goes not very high in the air, and then taken away on a 2-on-1. Over the line comes Santoro. Santoro lost the 2-on-1, stops in the near side corner, goes back to Aloy. Aloy with a long shot in front. Manahan made the save, but left a rebound, and the Eagles couldn't get it and sent back to center. Santoro, quick pass to Aloy. Aloy over the line. 5 Knights right in the same area. Take the puck away from Aloy and back from the Knights over the line. 3-on-3. Centers it across. A big hit in the middle of the ice there by Jack Bavis as he took down Scotty Swain. Good fan on the shot. Rebound in front. It lay there. Blodgett out of position, and the Eagles get the puck down the ice. Not going to make it the icing line. A nice opportunity for the Knights. Fanned on the shot. He would have had a wide open, yawning cage. Blodgett slid over. Then the puck laid in the crease, and the Eagles were able to get it out. Back comes Bavis over the line. Glassroot gets in his way, and that's 6-7 you got to get around. He takes the puck away. 6-7 with a longer reach, and here come the Eagles 2-on-2. Over the line comes Scotty Swain. Gets to the red blue line. Comes in. Leaves a pass for Murray. He's taken down. It's going to be a penalty, and the Eagles are going to go on a man advantage for the first time today at 13:36. The Eagles go on a power play for the first time today. Coach, good aggressive offense by the Eagles, but a breakdown on the other end on the fan shot with a wide open net.
Yeah, that was. Now they've got an opportunity, and if they can move the puck quickly and get some shots through. This goaltender hasn't seen a lot of shots, really, overall so far in this period. So getting things active, getting things moving, finding those lanes, just putting things to the net. Putting things to the net could bring dividends at this point of the game.
Stats a little meaningless early in the season. Eagles 0 for 2 on a man advantage. St. Mike's 4 for 4 on the penalty kill. So a battle of contrasting numbers, but not much. Long shot from Delory from the right point, stopped by Manahan. Officially, it's 2 minutes for interference on David Ciancio at 36, excuse me. Santoro in the face-off dot. Won by Santoro to Aloy. Kimball goes to Delory on the right point. Delory moves to center point, takes a shot through a screen, popped up in the air, never got to Manahan, and then sent down the ice. The Eagle 5 are Delory, Santoro, Kimball, Aloy, and McQuegan. 4 forwards, 1 D. Here comes Kimball with a head of steam. He's up the center. He's in over the line on left wing. He avoids 2 hits, keeps going with it. Kimball centers it out in front, looking for somebody. Delory looked like he was going to take the shot. Instead gives to Santoro. He takes a shot that goes off the leg of Ryland Dukes. Puck sent all the way back around the near side and just out of the zone. Fast boards, shorter ice. That puck's going to get around really quickly. Got to play those walls. Puck rimmed all the way around again by the Eagles, back into the Knight zone. They try to chip it out and they get it out. And here comes a 2-on-2 opportunity with Dukes and Torianen. Duke sends it in. Delory goes after it, avoids Torianen, and tries to come out the other side, but the Eagles will stop again with a minute gone on the first power play of the game. The Eagles' first power play of the game here in Hamden. Over the line comes Norling. Norling had it chopped off his stick, back to center by Canchias, and comes to Howell. Howell brings it in over the line as they had to wait for everybody to tag up, rims it around the board looking for O'Connell. O'Connell pinches in into the corner. He gets some help, goes back to the point to Tommy Bice. Bice on left point, gives it to Norling. He takes a shot off the post as Norling ripped it from 35 feet out. It goes off the far side post. Howell keeps it in, looking for O'Connell. He tried to center it back in front. It ends up on the stick of Bice, who gives it back to O'Connell. O'Connell dumps it down lower for Meyer. Meyer tried to center it to Howell, rims it all the way around, kept in nicely with a good leg by Norling. Norling sends it behind the net to Howell. Howell looking in front. He had a breaking O'Connell, but it went off the stick of Manahan and back to center with 10 seconds remaining on the man advantage. Everybody went for a change except Norling. He stayed on and tried to drop pass it back. It goes out of the zone, and that power play of the game as the Knights kill it off, and we're back to full strength. Bringing it over the line with a fancy move is McFarland, but it rolled off his stick to Murray. Murray trying to get it out. McFarland checked it away, but it goes back to center. Eagles looking for a quick transition, try to get it up the ice. And off the stick, and back was McDevitt. McDevitt tried to pinch it in, taken by the Knights, back to center. And inside his own zone as he goes across to Kennedy. Kennedy gives it to Noble as he took a hit. Feeds a pass to McDevitt. He'll dump it in on Manahan, who will cover with 3:50 to go in period 1. No score. Good passing on that power play, Coach. Didn't get the kind of opportunities except for the one post hit by Aloy.
Yeah, again, good puck movement, good poise with it, but again, St. Mike's doing a good job of taking away the grade A opportunities.
Sorry, it was Tommy Bice who hit the post, not Aloy, but good flow in this period. Eagles like a few more offensive opportunities, but good flow between both teams, feeling each other out. Conference game, two teams that typically don't like each other very much. And an interesting way to start the NE10 season here this afternoon, a Friday afternoon. We thank you for joining us wherever you are. McDonald and Santoro on the draw, won by Santoro. Norling looking for Kimball. He's trying to win the race, and he didn't win the race. bench not happy, but that's not a call you're going to get unless Kimball was ahead of him, and he was never ahead of him in that race to the puck. He didn't start till late because I think he was thinking the puck would be a little shorter, but never really had a step on the Knight defenseman, so good call by the referee, and the puck back into the Eagles zone. Not a popular call, but probably a good call. Glassrud to Norling. Norling gets hit from behind. No call there, as Eagles looking for a cross check, not going to get one. And good fight there by Santoro as he stick checks it and takes the puck away. Santoro into the near side corner. He took it off of Cole Douglas. Sends it to Atkinson. Atkinson gives it to O'Connell. 5 players fighting on that half wall right at the top of the circle. And then out to center, and then a whistle.
Hand pass maybe?
Or it might have gone into the bench. I don't know.
Could have, I bet you're right. I think it popped up and hit somebody on the bench.
Either way, face off inside the Eagles zone as Howell, McQuegan, and Atkinson line out for the Eagles here. Torianen face off for the Knights, and he wins the face off, but the Eagles take it in the corner. It's Atkinson. Atkinson ships it to Howell, is fighting 2 Knights and doing a good job of it. Sends it behind the net. Atkinson chasing, and here comes Ciancio. Nice job stick checking by Atkinson. Kept his legs moving as well. You're not going to draw a penalty that way, and then offsides at the Eagle line as quick transition brought that puck inside the Eagle zone. But offsides were the Eagles with 2:42 to go in the first period. Rematch between Torianen and Howell. Howell wins that one into the Eagle zone, played by Bice. Bice faked the pass across the ice, chipped it out of the zone, sent right back in by the Knights. And here is Kennedy. Kennedy goes back to Tommy Bice. Bice faked the pass, kept going, gets to center, goes around a couple of Knights, gets it into the zone, but then lost it and sent back out to center. Got to dump that one in with all those players standing at the line. Kennedy behind the net, avoids the stick check of an aggressive Forselius, gives it up ahead to Atkinson. Atkinson gets to the line, takes a hit, dumps it in. McQuegan goes in after. McQuegan gets it, tries to turn around quickly in front, gives it to Howell. Howell spins, makes a move, takes a shot. Good, 1, 2, 3, scores! It's Howell. 3 shots at the net. Manahan stopped 2 of them, didn't stop the third, and this line's been the best one all period, Coach, at 17:57. His first of the year for Jacob Howell, and it's 1-0.
Yeah, and that's the strength, and that's what he brings. Like I said before, that power forward kind of attitude, and really St. Mike's got caught napping. They're just kind of standing around and letting them get 3 opportunities. And with the size and strength that Howell has, that's the wrong guy to give opportunities that tight in front of a net.
So Howell, his first goal of the year, his 3rd point, his team leading 3rd point. Give an assist to McQuegan for sure on that one. Not sure if there'll be a second assist at 17:57. Coming back in over the line and taking a big hit, the Eagles bring the puck into the Knight zone. Murray in the near side corner takes a hit, tries to give it across the ice to Swain. Instead, it's played back to Aloy. He takes a wrong shot that gets blocked in front. Actually went off of Swain in front, never got the Manahan, and the Knights take it back and out of the zone. Looking ahead with a nice pass, but good defense by Trey Delory to keep it from going any further. And Delory tried to center it out in front, but lost it. Fanned out it in front, backhanded into Blodgett, who makes the save. Sorry, Coach. And Noble got in the way of it, but Delory centered it on his own goalie, and Noble sort of backhanded it into Blodgett, so Blodgett had to make a save on his own teammates with 1:30 to go in period number 1, but nobody the worse for wear. Eagles still lead 1-0. Santoro in the draw against McDonald, one back to Canchias. Canchias faked on the far point, comes to center now, brings it all the way into the near side corner where he's rubbed out by Norling. O'Connell rimmed it all the way to the far side, kept in by the Knights. Winicki sends it all the way back around to the near side. O'Connell races there first, sends it right into the middle though. Winicki stepped up to play it. Winicki on the half wall now into the corner, tries to recenter it back to the point. Instead, a good aggressive defensive play by Kimball gets it out to center, and the Knights will have to regroup again with a minute to go in the first period here in Hamden. Puck rimmed around to Norling. Norling feeds a pass long and ahead to Baxter, but Baxter Kimball, and played away by the Knights, who dump it back into the zone. I guess we don't have a public address announcer today, so we'll have to get you if there's a second assist on that goal by Howell. Puck popped low into the air and all the way down the ice as it goes for an icing. with 36 seconds to go. .36 remaining in period one. Face off to Blodgett's right as we'll work on that. See if there's a second assist in a moment. We have music, but no public address announcer. Puck sent all the way back down just wide of Manahan, so that killed 5.7 seconds, and we'll go right back to Blodgett's left with another face-off. Decent Friday afternoon in the middle.
It's really nice to see people, different. It's really nice to see people, different venue that they're not used to, and taking the time to come out and support on both sides.
Yeah, everybody's the same on this face-off with 30.3 seconds to go, and this time the Eagles win it. Nice job by Santoro. Puck rimmed all the way around, and the defenseman falls down, so there'll be no icing. Atkinson chasing after it, forcing Manahan to play it. He'll have to go behind his back all the way to Ciancio. Ciancio, he feeds a long pass. This should be icing, and the Eagles get a face-off in the night zone with 14.9 to go.
How many icings can you get in 30 seconds, do you think?
Well, we're at 3 right now.
Yeah.
So I guess we will have to see how far we go. Face off to Manahan's right. Howell will take it against Ty Bloom. First intermission here at the Louis Astorino Hockey Rink on the campus of Hamden High School here in Hamden, Connecticut, where the Eagles have a 1-0 lead over the St. Michael's College Purple Eagles. Officially, Jacob Howell's first of the year from Hugh McQuegan at 17:57 is the goal. And as we do in the first intermission of every post-university home hockey game, we go around the post-university sports scene. That's brought to you by Post University and 17 NCAA Division II athletic programs. From golf to football to hockey, there's something for everyone to enjoy. Whether a student, a parent, or a fan, for more information on post-university athletics, news, scores, and upcoming schedules for all your favorite teams, go to posteagles.com. That's posteagles.com. Eagle fans, the college sports season is vastly moving. Getting ready for the winter sports as we have the home opener of hockey here today. Are you in the market for some post-university swag? Looking for the latest in post-university clothing or branded items? Do you want to represent your Eagle fandom in the nest, on campus, around the neighborhood, at home, or on the road? If so, go to posteagles.com. Click on the fan section on the right-hand side, then click on School Store to grab anything and everything Post University Eagles. Use the code STANDS15 at checkout to receive 15% off your order of $75 or more. Exclusions do apply. That code is STANDS, S-T-A-N-D-S, 1-5, and will last until November 10th. So that is, I believe, Sunday, November 10th. You can also visit the campus store in the Lever Student Center on campus. They're open Monday through Thursday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. So, busy time of the sports year. We'll start with football, who obviously is playing the home finale tomorrow at 1 p.m. up at Municipal Stadium in Waterbury. I'll be there live for all the action tomorrow for the football home finale. Eagles 1-8, looking for their first conference win in program history, will host AIC, coming in on a winning streak of their own. Broadcast will be live 12:45 on the CACC network and youtube.com/GoPostEagles. That's 12:45 pregame, 1 o'clock kickoff up at Municipal Stadium tomorrow. Get up there on senior day to support your Eagles, who made some history this season with their first ever home win and playing their first ever season inside the NE10 football conference. So get on up there, give them support. Weather might be a little chillier than today, but still looking sunny and no rain as we go about 35 days now without rain in the southern New England area. But get up there again, 12:45 pregame, 1 o'clock kickoff. Volleyball team continues to move forward as they come off a 3-game sweep yesterday and clinch a home game in the CACC playoffs for the volleyball program. They swept Dominican yesterday and will be guaranteed to host at least a quarterfinal match. They won 25-23, 25-14, and 25-14. That's their 8th consecutive sweep, longest such streak in over 5 years, and will either be the 1 or the 2 seed in the CACC North Division playoffs, which will start in just over a week. Eagles' record on the season has improved to 17-8 overall, and they're 12-1 in the CACC, so congratulations to them as they continue to move forward in their search for the NCAA tournament. On the women's hockey side, congratulations to the NE10 Rookie of the Week, who is Rowan Ringer. For the first time this season, the Eagles have somebody who's made that Rookie of the Week in the NEWHA, that's the New England Women Hockey Alliance. Ringer scored her first career goal for the Eagles on Friday against Assumption before continuing her momentum into last Saturday with 2 more goals. Post would lose 3-2 and 7-3 to the Greyhounds, but Ringer would net 2 power play goals Saturday to follow up her Friday performance and finish with 3 goals and 3 points. The Eagles have a 2-game homestand hosting St. A's tonight. It's a road trip for the Eagles. They're up at St. A's today, 6 p.m. tonight, 3 p.m. tomorrow. Last time these teams saw each other, the Eagles were not as successful, but are looking for better things to come for the women's hockey program. As for the 4th straight season, the men's hockey program has won the CACC regular season title. They do it again by defeating the University of Bridgeport 3-0. That improves their record to 10-4-3 overall and 8-1-2 in the CACC. They got first half goals by Luca Dottoli, Lucas Glade, and Francisco Sousa, as Eagles would get 3 goals in 12 minutes in the first half and take control of the game and win 3-0. That's their 8th shutout of the season in 17 matches. Post remains unbeaten in their last 21 home regular season conference matches, with their last loss coming in 2021. For the 4th straight season, they have won the CACC regular season championship, which is their 6th title in history, so 4 in a row, 6 overall. And they will enter the CACC tournament. They've won 15 consecutive CACC tournament matches dating back to 2008, their first of 5 CACC championships. They will host a home game on Sunday at 1:30 against Holy Family up at Lemoy Field. Soccer team looking for the automatic berth, but if they can't get the automatic berth, they're going to try to get in as an at-large. They're currently ranked 8th in the Northeast, behind University of Charleston, Southern New Hampshire, Franklin Pierce, Bloomsburg, Gannon, Felician, and Adelphi. Round out the top 8. The Eagles are 8th in men's soccer. They're also 8th, they're all in alphabetical order and not in ranking order. That's your look around the Post University sports scene, brought to you by Post University and its 17 NCAA Division II athletic programs. From golf to football to hockey, there's something for everyone to enjoy, whether a student, parent, or a fan. For more information on Post University athletics, news, scores, and upcoming schedules for all your favorite teams, go to posteagles.com. That's posteagles.com. We'll be back in 2 minutes with a recap of the first period. You're listening and watching the Post University Hockey on the CACC Network and youtube.com/GoPostEagles. First intermission here at the, almost said Sports Center, but it's the Louis Astorino ice rink here on the campus of Hamden High School, where the Eagles have a 1-0 lead after the first period. The goal at 17:57, Jacob Howell's first from Hugh McQuegan, gives the Eagles a 1-0 advantage. Shots on goal for St. Mike's 10, for Post 7. Faceoffs 14-12. Eagles 0 for 1 on the man advantage. But, Coach, as we were talking about in the intermission, St. Michael's a very quick team, very even period, quick team, but the temperature and Hamden High School for allowing us to broadcast and put on a hockey game here today. Again, some ice issues over at the Sports Center of Connecticut, where we will be on Tuesday, where the Eagles will host Westfield State. But again, 5 games in 8 days. Eagles will host St. Michael's again here tomorrow at 4 p.m. So if you can't get out here to Hamden, pregame with whoever will be replacing me will be 3:45. Puck drop will be at 4 o'clock. I'll be up at the football game, which has kickoff at 1 o'clock. Then Tuesday I'll be back. Coach and I will be back at the Sports Center of Connecticut in our favorite spot, I presume, because I don't think anything has changed over there. 8 p.m. puck drop, 7:45 pregame, and then 2 games against St. A's Friday and Saturday, 4 p.m. Friday, 1 p.m. Saturday, as I'm losing pieces of my equipment.
Yeah, no, you're right with in regards to Hamden. It's great that they're here. There's a lot of history here. You know, we have Matt Martins, who was a 4th-round draft pick of the Toronto Maple Leafs, played U.S. Olympic team. Todd Hall was the Leafs, played U.S. Olympic team. Todd Hall was a 3rd-round draft pick of the Hartford Hockey here for many years. I think over 300 games in the American Hockey League. Another boy who actually played for me, Mike Lee, who finished up at Sacred Heart University, is now playing in Europe. And, of course, Jonathan Quick, who played Hamden High School.
I don't, but a lot of people do. So Eagles going right to left as you look at your dial for the second intermission. They're in the white. Purple Knights are going left to right. And an icing 6 seconds in will start and put the face-off inside the Knights zone.
So that's 4 within roughly that 30-second-ish.
We're getting there, yeah. Well, there was a game last season. It was either the season or season before where we were getting to 100 face-offs.
We were.
We're not close to that today.
No, thank goodness.
We were on pace for that in that game. Santoro lost the draw to Bloom, and Bloom sends it around, but kept in momentarily and then chipped out to center. But good hustle back was Baxter Kimball. And the puck being played at center. Kimball comes all the way back, though, on the near side, forcing the puck inside the Knight zone, where it's rimmed around to the far side and fanned on as it tried to get chipped out by McFarland. So the Eagles take over. Norling spinning in the far corner, goes back to Tommy Bice. Bice, D to Kennedy. Fakes, shoots, high. Floater stopped by the glove of Manahan. Nobody in front. Kennedy made a nice move to get around the defenseman, but there was nobody between him and the goal. And his shot from the top of the near circle from about 35 feet out, easily gloved by Manahan. Yeah, everybody making a line change 35 seconds into period number 2, and the faceoff will be between Jack McDonald and Connor Murray to Manahan's right. Interesting face-off setup by the Eagles. Nobody on the near side boards. And McDonald wins it, which allows actually Scotty Swain to get in there and try to chip the puck up the wall, but the Knights come away with it and will get it to center. And here comes a 2-on-1, 3-on-2 over the line. Nice pass across the ice with the shot. Headhunter drive that goes high by Roman Winicki as he was cruising down the slot and ripped it over the head of Blodgett. He had a wide open corner, though, but missed. Puck goes behind the net. Delory and Winicki fighting for it. Now 4 players back behind the net. Ryland Duke's in there as well. Puck comes up the near side wall and will squirt to center where Aloy races after it, but got cut off by McDonald. Douglas goes to Cantajas, gets the puck up the wall, taken away though by Noble. Noble looks ahead for a flying Swain, goes off his stick, back to center, and here come the Knights again. Quick transition, nice dump in by Dukes, allowing Winicki to chase after. He goes back to the point with the shot that goes off the skirt of the goal, pops high up in the air, hits the netting and the roof, and that'll lead to a face-off inside the Eagle zone.
Yeah, you can see with clean ice how quickly that puck is able to be moved by St. Mike's right now.
Eagle D has to keep their head on a swivel. That puck went into the corner and back to the point for a shot very quickly. Ice is fast, boards are fast, particularly early in the period. Face-off won cleanly by the Knights, and a whistle, they're going to say not a fair face-off. Linesman pointing to his own chest. Not much you can say when the linesman takes ownership of that. So a face-off between Torianen and Howell wins that one just as clean as Torianen won the first one. And here's McQuegan. McQuegan at center, dumps it to himself, tried to center, never got to the corner. He tried to center it to Howell, but went off the stick of one of the Knights defensemen, and back come the Knights the other way. Sends it in around. It's Schwartz from near to far, but played behind the net by Glassrud. Glassrud to McQuegan. He goes long and across, looking for Atkinson, who was going to be offside. He wisely let it go, and the Knights will regroup inside their own zone with Ashton Alain. Alain looking up for Torianen. He let it go. Thought maybe he was going to be offside, but instead gave the puck away to the Eagles, and the puck now pinballing at center and sent all the way into Manahan with 2:25 gone in period number 2, 1-0 Eagles. Long pass up the center ice. It goes off the stick, deflects to Blodgett. Blodgett quickly has to take it and turn as toward him. He reversed the flow to Glassrud. Glassrud uses his body to body off the incoming forechecker and get the puck out the center. Here's Nathan McDevitt. He gets the center. He's in over the line on right wing. He'll dump it behind the net as the Eagles go off on a line change. Ciancio quickly played it away, got it through Meyer and out the center. Kennedy too far for Bice, so Bice will chase after it in his own zone, reversing the flow. Meyer tried to chip it up the wall, didn't get it there. Kennedy regains, gives to Bice, who comes out the far side, having trouble controlling the puck, but gets it out the center. And the red line. Meyer comes back to his own zone, feeds a soft, dangerous pass across to Kennedy. Got to put a little bit more on that. Knights were looking to go the other way, and back into the zone goes Kennedy again, chasing him as the team's playing catch and dump right now. Out comes Meyer with some speed. He gets stick checked away. Puck goes to Bice. He rims it around the boards all the way from near to far. Goes up and a dump in. This could be icing, but he's going to win the race instead is Brendan McFarland. McFarland gives it to Bloom. Bloom tried to center out in front. He did, and it deflected off the stick of Lecomte and just wide. Bloom leaves for Lecomte. Lecomte tried to center it toward the net. Instead, he'll go around the net. Chased by Bloom. Bloom in the far side corner. Checked by Delory. Delory chipped it to his teammate. Now 6 players on that half wall, 7 players on the half wall, and the Knights come away with it. Lecomte tried to rim it around. It got stopped behind the net, played by McFarland. McFarland centered it out in front, but nobody there. Eventually chasing it was Canchias, who picks it up on the near far side corner. McFarland back to the point. Holds, waits, fakes, shoots toward the net high and off the netting behind with a shot from Ty Bloom as players all over the place, not in the normal positions. And 4:07 gone in the second period, Coach. Everybody kind of running around a little bit, not much flow at the start of the second period.
No, kind of scattered in that series right there for sure. But I think it speaks to what you talked about, rink size perhaps and that kind of thing, with just not quite as much space.
Howell, McQuegan, and Atkinson out there again, the Eagles' best line so far today. McQuegan tried to get it out. He finally was able to get it to center. Now he picks up a puck 2-on-1. McQuegan over the line with a shot stopped by Manahan. He came out aggressively and made a nice glove save. Good shot by McQuegan, about 1.5 feet off the ice. Right where you want it to be, not low, but good glove positioning by Manahan, and he made a save on McQuegan, who looks significantly more aggressive this year than we saw him last year.
Yeah, for sure. That was nice and quick release by him too. But Manahan, big goaltender, comes out, takes up a lot of space.
McQuegan really had a great end of the season. His last 3 or 4 games were really impressive, and I think the coaching staff has taken notice and putting him on this line with Atkinson and Howell. Now a centering pass in front by the Knights rolls all the way through the slot and all the way back into the Knight zone. McQuegan chased after it to the point that it went to the Knight defense, then went off on a line change. But Atkinson and Howell still out there. Howell with a nice hit, pinning Ashton Alain inside the far corner, but coming away with it is Kyle Lee. Lee had it chopped away by Howell. Puck still inside the Knight zone, finally out the center. Noble will rim it right back in, allow Howell to take a line change as Murray comes on for Howell, and here comes Ashton Alain. Alain, long pass over the red line. It was tipped, so no icing inside the Eagles zone. Good defense by Tanner Glassrud. But the puck rimmed back to the point to Ciancio. Ciancio had it taken away by Aloy. Aloy can have a breakaway. Catches up. He does. He walks in there. He shoots just wide. He's chopped from behind, so there'll be a penalty. It's a question of penalty or penalty shot. They're calling a penalty, a slashing penalty, as Aloy had a break from the blue line in. They're not going to say it was clean. He got slashed. The puck went wide. And the Eagles will go on their second power play of the game on a slashing penalty to Patrick Last, the freshman out of Derry, New Hampshire. And the Eagles with an opportunity to add to their lead coach. Good effort there all the way around.
Yeah, it was for sure. And good timing potentially with the ice pretty clean. Move that puck around, zip it around a little bit here on the power play.
Eagle size key there too, as Glassford 6'7", bodied that puck inside the Eagle zone and was able to push it around the board. Glassford 6'7", bodied that puck inside the Eagle zone and was able to push it around the boards, and that's where Lloyd break for the Eagles there as they were coming back 2-on-1. First of all, the robbery by Manahan on Meyer in front on a beautiful pass by Howell, and then the 2-on-1 the other way. So good job by Manahan and a break for the Eagles on the 2-on-1.
Yeah, a little too much adrenaline going there.
Howell wins that face-off, but it's dumped in by the Knights. Bice gets to center, dumps it in around the boards. It takes a funky bounce in front. The Eagles have an opportunity as Howell went opportunity in front for Norling. Comes the other side to Aloy. Aloy to the point to Delory. Back to Aloy. One-timer padded away nicely by Manahan. Kept in the zone is Santoro. Santoro back to Delory. Delory all alone at the point. Gives back to Santoro, top of the near circle. They set up the triangle up top. Shot toward the net in front. Deflects high and wide. Away from Manahan, but played by Santoro on the half wall. Santoro looking for Howell, and it's sent all the way down the ice.
Yeah, that was a really odd bounce. Normally you get that where there's a door, Zamboni door or something like that.
But not knowing the ice, you're going to see things like that. And that was almost catastrophic for St. Mike's as it took a funky bounce right in front. Coming down with an opportunity was Kimball. And for some reason, the official has a stick in his hand with 23 seconds remaining on the man advantage. So just a hand pass, coach, or a high stick?
He called a high stick, which is interesting because I think the high stick rule actually is one of the rule changes for the height of your stick, which you have to read exactly the verbiage, but almost makes it a bit more ambiguous as to what is a high stick.
Face off all the way down in the Eagles zone to Blodgett's right with 23 seconds remaining on the man advantage. Delory, the Eagle captain, behind his own net, leaves the puck for Kimball, who gives to Aloy. Aloy gets to the red line, dumps it in nicely around the boards. McQuegan using body position to keep the puck there away from back to the point to Delory. Delory to Kennedy, back to the point to Delory. Delory to Kennedy. Kennedy back to Delory. Kennedy back to Delory center point. Goes over to Kimball, penalty over, long shot center point. Goes over to Kimball, penalty over, long shot, stopped with the right pad of Manahan again. As a nice heavy shot by Delory from center point. Manahan again as a nice heavy shot by Delory from center point. But by Manahan. Back comes McDevitt in over the line. He tries to take a shot. Now rebound shot taken by Meyer, and they're going to call icing with 7:11 remaining in the second period and 17 seconds remaining on a man advantage. But the right pad of Cole Manahan keeping the Knights in the game as he made 3 big saves there, Coach.
Yeah, he did. Again, big body, tough to penetrate. And that's, at the end of the day, your best player on your penalty kill got to be your goaltender.
Face off to Blodgett's left on the icing. Won by the Knights. Shot taken over the net. Didn't hit the roof and didn't hit the net. That might be the most amazing thing about that deflected shot as the Knights try to kill the last 10 seconds of the man advantage. Eagles come away with it, give to Norling, and there's going to be a penalty behind the play, and the Eagles, who had 3 power plays in a row, and Coach, you know as well as anybody in hockey, you get enough penalties in a row, they're going to look for one the other way, and O'Connell takes one, high sticking, with 4 seconds remaining on their third man advantage.
Yeah, for sure. Like you say, it's one of those things that eventually is going to happen when things seem to go a bit lopsided.
13:01, the 2-minute penalty to O'Connell for high sticking, so we'll play 4 seconds of 4-on-4 before the Knights go to the man advantage for the first time today. They're 2 for 9 on the season, 22%. The Eagles, 6 for 6 on the penalty kill, the other day are at 100%. Now the Knights are on the man advantage for the first time today. Center point is Douglas. Feeds it to the left side to Canajaz. He fanned on a shot. Goes into the corner, back to Canajaz on left point. He and Douglas switch places. He takes a shot toward the net. Aggressive blocker save by Blodgett. Sends it into the far side corner. Noble, good aggressive stick check. Tries to take the puck away. Now 5 players fighting for it in that corner. Noble comes away with it. Brings it to the other side, and Mosher has time, and he ripped it down the ice. Good job there by the Eagle penalty kill. As everybody trying to avoid each other on the line change. Instead, the puck sits there with Manahan, and the first 40 seconds of the power play have been killed. Here's Ciancio. Feeds a pass over here to McFarland. He goes off his stick into the Eagle zone. Tried to get it out with Delory, but couldn't get it out. Kept in by Bloom. Bloom goes around the net, goes back to the point to Ciancio on left point. He switches places with McFarland. Brings it down low. Bad angle shot taken by Lecomte. Stopped and sent all the way down. Good stop by Blodgett and then sent all the way down by Bolak. Haven't seen much of him in the second period, but a bad line change by the Eagles. And back come the Knights 2-on-1. Puck stopped by Blodgett, kicked into the corner, kept in, sent over here to Ciancio on right point. Looks in the middle. That's going to deflect off the roof. And a whistle inside the Eagles zone with 5:36 to go in the second period and 38 seconds remaining on a Knights power play. Eagles lead 2-0. Again, the only goal in the second so far, Scotty Swain, the freshman from Baltimore, Maryland, his first collegiate goal. The assist from Joe Santoro, his first point as an Eagle at 10:26. Santoro out there now with Ty Bloom. Face off to Blodgett's right. Won by the Knights, back to the point to Douglas. Feeds it over here, looking for Lecomte. Lecomte goes center point to Douglas. Douglas having a hard time controlling the puck, goes into the near side corner. Holds, then spins it behind his net, though the puck just kind of dies in the corner. Trying to keep it in and play with it is Leal. He goes back to Douglas at the point. It gets deflected as it was going directly towards Blodgett and then sent all the way down the ice. Santoro turned and ripped it, and that'll leave 10 seconds remaining on the Knights. First power play of the game. The Eagles will go 7 for 7 on the season on the penalty kill so far, as they have killed it off, and back out comes O'Connell. Here's Kimball looking for a streaking Atkinson. Couldn't get it to him, and now Santoro backhands it away. Here's Atkinson. Gets to the blue line, chipped it in. Eagles changing up a bunch of players as out come McQuegan and Howell. And the pass goes out of the zone. Comes Bavis. Bavis gets to center, carries it in over the line, dumps it to Racker. Racker pinches it down to Toot. Toot lost it to Atkinson. Howell tried to take it out, but lost the puck to Bavis. Bavis looking to center it in front, but Blodgett held the post and stopped the puck and dove on it with 4:25 remaining in the second period. Still 2-0, Coach. Good job by the Eagles on the penalty kill. Only one really good opportunity.
Yeah, the other thing Post is doing well right now, too, is they're forcing those shots from pretty much outside the dots. So they're bad angle shots. St. Michael's has to get pucks on the net, so they're forced to take those shots that aren't in that house area. So the Eagles are doing a pretty good job right now of making that a non-option for them.
Face off to Blodgett's right between Howell and McDonald. Won by Howell cleanly, and McQuegan as the referee goes flying to the ice. Again, ice conditions more than his skating ability. Here comes Atkinson over the line. Tried to center it toward the net. It ends up going from the near corner to the far corner to the near corner. McQuegan trying to play. The Eagles are going to have a man advantage again as there was a hit behind the play and an upcoming penalty on St. Michael's, their fourth penalty of the game. This one will be for roughing at 15:54. And the Eagles 0 for 3 on the man advantage, but their best power play was their last one. Will go Kyle Lee, the 6'1 junior from Buffalo, New York, 2 minutes for roughing at 15:54.
You're kind of starting to see that frustration seep in a little bit here.
We talked about it in the pregame, Coach. 3 one-goal games between these two teams last year, 2 overtime losses, and then a 6-1 defeat. So the Eagles were in every game against St. Michael's last year. Win the faceoff. Delory on right point. Goes to Santoro. Now goes behind the net to Aloy. Aloy goes back to Delory on right point. Nice quick pass ahead to Santoro. Goes across the ice to Kimball. Kimball fakes, holds, waits, gives to Delory center point. Makes a nice little pass to Santoro. Closes in, fakes the slap shot. Took a wrist shot but went wide. and rimmed all the way out. Here come the Knights with aggressive change over the line. Here's McFarland, sends it on the net. Stopped by Blodgett with 1:30 to go on a man advantage and 3:33 to go in the second period. 2-0 Eagles. Here's Delory. Delory to McQuegan. McQuegan gets around the first defender, keeps fighting ahead. Good work by McQuegan. Gets it into the near side corner, spins it back to the point. Great effort by McQuegan. Here's Delory closing in, leaves it for Aloy. He takes the shot, in front goes just wide. Rebound on a bad angle off the side of the net. Delory pinching all the way in. Good setup by the Eagles. Aloy down to Kimball. He tries to wrap it around in front. He does. It sits in the crease and covered by Manahan. Much better flow, Coach. And even on these small ice surface, you can see there's just better offensive flow here.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think that, Post is smart. Like after they get the puck in, they're shortening their passes, which gives you obviously a better opportunity to complete them. And then once they get them, they're trying to do something with the puck right away.
Howell against McDonald in the face-off to Manahan's left. 1:01 remaining on a man advantage. 3:06 to go in period number 2. Howell gets tossed from the face-off. And I'll make Meyer take it. Meyer tried to go forward with it, a la Nico Grolman, wearing the same number, conveniently enough. He actually gets that move underway. We're going to have to check to make sure he's the right player. He can pull the Grolman off a couple of times.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's in dental school.
Norling had the puck roll off his stick. He chases it in, beats the icing out, so no icing. Norling fighting for it. 2 players behind the net. Now it's 6 players behind the net fighting for that puck as it moves from behind the net into the near side corner, but nice comeback. Meyer tried to feed it back to Bice at the point he couldn't keep it in, and it goes all the way out to center. O'Connell with 25 remaining on a man advantage, looking for Howell. Howell tries to chop it in, didn't get it there. O'Connell will send it in around the boards. Norling chases after it into the near side corner, reverses the flow, and dumped all the way down the ice. 10 seconds remain on the Eagles' 4th man advantage, and they're looking to potentially go 0 for 4, but 5 seconds remain, and back comes Swain the other way. He takes a shot that's stopped by Manahan. And now some pushing and shoving the frustrated Knights. And I almost spoke too soon as that shot was ripped into the body of Manahan with 1 second remaining on the man advantage. 2:06 to go in period 2. Face-off will be to Manahan's right. No penalties for all that pushing and shoving.
I enjoy when the referees kind of let the guys figure it out. Something egregious.
Better flow.
Yeah, something egregious, you got to call it, but in that case, it really isn't.
Quick win. Swain on the back end in front, deflected by McDevitt onto Manahan, and the power play is over. Eagles now 0 for 4, but again, 2 really strong power plays back-to-back. Just didn't get one by Manahan. Credit to Manahan, who's really kept the Knights in this game with 1:52 to go in the second, and an icing will leave the puck into the Eagle zone. Face-off will be to Blodgett's right. Stay with us in the second intermission. We'll go around the NE10 hockey scene and sports scene here on the CACC network and youtube.com/go_Eagles. Murray toss. That'll make Swain take the face-off against Bloom. Nice job by Swain. Doesn't take a lot of face-offs, but won that one cleanly from Bloom. And here comes Kennedy. Kennedy being chopped by multiple Eagles. Loses the puck, and Bloom comes away with it. Looks to center it in front, but the Eagles all get back to help out. And Murray comes away with it in the near side corner. Chipped it up the wall, not high, and all the way down. This could be an icing. It is not. It dies before the line. Break for the Eagles. Puck rimmed all the way around, out back to center on the other side. Murray chasing after it. Goes back to Kennedy with 90 seconds to go in the second period. McDevitt, backhand pass, but the only one there were Purple Knights. And the other way comes Lecomte. Lecomte lost the puck on a chop check. McDevitt tries to go up the middle dangerously, but did get it out to center, where Canchias will have to play it. Looking quickly up ahead to Lecomte. It rolls off his stick as the Knights are offside, so they got to tag up, and now Swain. Swain with a nice pass to Delory. Delory tries to keep the puck moving forward. McDevitt comes to help out. Tries to push it into the Knights zone. Knights come away with it, feed it up the wall, all the way down into the Eagles zone. Kennedy trying to avoid the official, spins away from Lecomte, makes a nice pass to McDevitt. McDevitt gets it out, but again, right up the middle and right back to Kyle Lee of the Purple Knights. Eagles take it back here. Santoro 1-on-3. Spins, waits, sends it down around the boards. Played by Schwartz. Schwartz takes a big hit behind the play, gave the puck away to Noble. Noble to Kimball, takes a bad angle shot off the mask of Manahan. Puck lays in the slot, now taken out quickly one-on-one. Here comes Forselius over the line. He tried the center, but a nice defensive play by Tommy Bison. The puck just gets out of the zone with 18 seconds remaining in the second period. Nice save again by Manahan. As the Knights will go behind their net with 10 seconds remaining. Let's see if they make one more rush here. As Ashton Alain gets the center. Gets chop checked from behind by Santoro. Puck dump behind the net. Noble will go there. He'll pin it. That'll end the period there. 2 periods done, and the Eagles, with a goal in each, have a 2-0 lead after 2 periods. And Coach, that was one of the better offensive periods we've seen out of this team in a long time.
Well, you could see the difference, right, when you get up a goal and the confidence as you're successful and things you're trying are working, and that's really what we're seeing right now. And again, I think St. Mike's is definitely hampered by the ice. I mean, if you look out.
We'll do our look around the NE10, which is always the most exciting part of our. Second intermission here at the Louis Astorino Arena here in Hamden, Connecticut, on the campus of Hamden High School, where the Eagles have a 2-0 lead over the St. Michael's College Purple Knights. Only goal of the second period at 10:26. Scotty Swain, his first varsity goal, the freshman, on a beautiful setup by Joe Santoro. And the Eagles have a 2-0 lead. Eagles 0 for 4 on the man advantage. Purple Knights 0 for 1. As we do in the second intermission, we go around the NE10 hockey scene here. Not a ton to do here as we're really on opening weekend, but that's brought to you by Post University, ranked number 6 by U.S. News and World Report as having the best online programs for 2024. Take your opportunity because Post is personal. For more information on all of Post degree programs, to visit campus or to apply, go to post.edu. That's post.edu. Eagle fans, the collegiate sports scene is flying. Football, can't believe the regular season finale is tomorrow. Hockey just kicking up. Volleyball making the tournament. soccer looking to win another tournament championship? Are you looking for post-university clothing, branded items? You want to represent your Eagle fandom in the nest, on campus, around the neighborhood, at home, or on the road? If so, go to Post Eagles, click on the fan section on the right-hand side. Then click on School Store to grab all your Post Eagle swag. Christmas is coming up, but better opportunity to get some post-university gear, Hanukkah, whatever holiday you celebrate. Use the code STANDS15 at checkout to receive 15% off your order of $75 or more. Exclusions do apply. That code is STANDS, STANDS 15, and will last until November 10th. You can also visit the campus store in the Lever Student Center on campus. They're open Monday through Thursday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Your NE10 Player of the Week is Hunter Brackett from St. Anselm, the senior forward from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. He had a 3-point weekend as the Hawks skated to the Buffalo State Bengals Classic Championship. Brackett scored the first goal in the opening game against Brockport. He then added 2 assists in Saturday's 4-3 victory, including the game winner 56 seconds into the extra time for St. A's as they won the Buffalo State Bengals Classic Championship. Goaltender of the week is Cam Carroll from St. A's, sophomore out of Putnam Valley, New York. The sophomore netminder made 58 saves in the Hawks opening weekend, helping the team to the aforementioned Buffalo State Bengals Classic Championship. In Friday's opener against Brockport, Carroll made 32 saves, and in the thrilling 9-round shootout, stopped the final 10th in the 9th round, which allowed the Hawks to advance the championship game. He then made 26 saves in the championship game. So congratulations to him. NE10 Rookie of the Week is Evan Plunkett, freshman goaltender of Charlotte, North Carolina. He's from St. Michael's, not seeing him tonight. Plunkett made 19 saves in a 4-0 shutout of the Massachusetts College of Liberal Arts in his college debut on Saturday. He helped the Knights blank the Trailblazers on 4 power plays. No other group of people on the list, just the Player of the Week, the Freshman of the Week, and the Goaltender of the Week in the NE10 this week. NE10 Coaches Poll, which was before the season, picked the Eagles to finish last and Assumption to finish first, as the 6-team NE10 Coaches Poll had Assumption with 23 votes, 3 first place, St. A's 18 points, 1 first place, Southern New Hampshire 18 points, 1 first place vote, St. Michael's 15 points, 1 first place vote. Franklin Pierce and Post were each tied with 8 points to round out the choices within the NE10 Hockey Coaches Poll so far. Upcoming schedule: St. A's hosts Franklin Pierce. That game will start at 4 o'clock up at Ringe, New Hampshire, a conference game there. And Southern New Hampshire will travel to Assumption for 10 p.m. up in Worcester. So a busy opening weekend of NE10 conference action. Everybody will play the same grouping tomorrow. Southern New Hampshire will play Assumption at 1:10 up in Worcester. The Eagles will host St. Mike's at 4 o'clock, and St. A's will be at Franklin Pierce at 7 p.m. tomorrow. Tuesday, Riviera will travel to St. A's at 6 p.m. Framingham State will be at Franklin Pierce at 7 p.m. Westfield State will be at the Sports Center of Connecticut in Shelton. That game will be 7 o'clock on Tuesday. And then Friday, St. A's will be at Post 4 p.m. Southern New Hampshire will be at St. Mike's 7 p.m. And Franklin Pierce will be at Assumption at 7:20 p.m. Upcoming schedule for your Eagles. As we mentioned, tomorrow 4 p.m., 3:45 pregame on the CACC network and youtube.com/GoPostEagles. Coach Whitney will be here to do all your color commentary. Somebody will be here to fill in for me, as I will be up at football up at Municipal Stadium tomorrow. But then Eagles will play Tuesday at the Sports Center of Connecticut against Westfield State, as we just mentioned, 8 p.m., 7:45 pregame. They'll host St. A's on Friday, 4 p.m. at the Sports Center of Connecticut, and then they'll host St. A's again next Saturday, 8 days from now, at 1 p.m. at the Sports Center of Connecticut before they head on a 3-game road trip through the Thanksgiving holiday, and then they'll wrap up the early portion of the season with home games against Assumption December 6th and December 7th. So the Eagles will play a lot of conference home games between now and the end of the fall portion of the season, as they'll play St. Mike's obviously 2, St. A's 2, and Assumption 2. So that's your look around the NE10 for week number 1. And that's brought to you by Post University, offering online, hybrid, and on-campus degree programs to meet your needs. For you, Post is personal. For more information, to visit campus or to apply, and it's the application season, I should know. I've put out several applications for one of my children. So get on that. It's post.edu. That's post.edu. We'll be back in 2 minutes. You're listening and watching the Post University Hockey on the CACC Network and youtube.com/GoPostEagles. Second intermission here at the Louis Astorino, I'm going to call it correctly, arena. I think I've been saying ice rink all night. The Louis Astorino Arena here on the campus of Hamden High School, where the Eagles lead the Knights, Purple Knights, 2-0. Only goal of the second period, Scotty Swain, his first varsity goal. The freshman from Baltimore, Maryland, took a beautiful backhand pass from Joe Santoro. Faked, then went to the backhand and got it around Cole Manahan for his first goal at 10:26 to give the Eagles a 2-0 lead. Shots on goal in the second period for Post 12, a two-period total of 21. For St. Mike's 7, a two-period total of 17. Faceoffs, Eagles 13-10 in the second. They lead the faceoffs 27-22. They're 0 for 4 on the man advantage are the Eagles, and the Purple Knights are 0 for 1. Coach didn't get like 4 or 5 goals in that period, but just offensively and flow-wise, as we talked about at the end of the second period, just much better. And it looked like there's offensive flow. It's not just one shot and a prayer. It's look at this pass, make this pass, look at this pass, try this, try that. I don't know if that's a product of the smaller ice surface or just better players playing a better game.
Well, I think it's everything always seems to be a combination of several factors. I think one of the factors you can't discount is when you have a very young team, confidence is a big factor, very key. So the fact that they've gotten the lead and been in the lead the entire game, I think, is what you're saying. I think that's paying dividends for sure. And I think those other things do mention into it. Like I say, the style they play, just based on our ice surface today, and the way that's playing out, suits Post University better than it does St. Michael's at this point. But again, there's another 20 minutes to go, so it's great what you've done, but now it's about what you do.
And we talked about it at the start of the game. Eagles were 3-10 in one-goal games last year. Obviously, they have a 2-0 lead. They didn't have a ton of those type of leads last season either, so what do they need to do in the third period? You keep playing the same way? You try a more defensive style? What do you do with a young team with a 2-goal lead, something they haven't really played with? And they did have a 1-goal lead last week in the loss, but here's a 2-goal lead, something they haven't had a ton of.
Right, and I don't think you change anything, Jeff, because I think with a young team and they're playing well, they are playing with a great deal of confidence, like I had said. So in order to change it and ask them to adjust to something, I don't think that's in their best interest at this point. I think you keep playing, stay the course, and try to come out of this thing with a win.
Stay with us after the final horn this afternoon, where Coach and I will pick the 3 stars, brought to you by Post University. We'll see who those end up being as we get closer to the end of the game. But Drew Blodgett so far pitching the shutout, 17 saves through 2 periods. Cole Manahan, credit to him, 19 saves on 21 shots, but at times it stood on his head. And the only reason it's only 2-0 is because of Cole Manahan. That's something St. Mike's could take into the locker room, knowing that this game could easily be 4-5-0 if it wasn't for some of the saves that he's made.
Yeah, he's given them every opportunity to stay in this game, and ultimately could give them every opportunity to win. Because as we know, that saying about 2-goal lead in hockey.
First lead in the game. Although if you ask Butch Goring, he'll tell you it's a 3-goal lead.
Yeah, well, at the end of the day, I'd still rather be up by 2 than down by 2.
That's correct. These teams will play each other again 4 p.m. tomorrow on the CACC Network and YouTube.com/GoPostEagles. Coach Whitney will be here. I will not. I'll be up at the football up at Municipal Stadium for the home football finale. That'll take place at 1 o'clock, 12:45 pregame. Also on the CACC Network and YouTube.com/GoPostEagles, as there is a ton of sports going on across the Post University campus. Football home finale as they wrap up their first season in the NE10. Hockey here. They could have just scheduled this game an hour later. I probably could have pulled off both, but too much of a challenge to get from Waterbury to here in under 30 minutes. Santoro in the faceoff draws Eagles go left to right to start the 3rd period in their home whites. Purple Knights in their road purple go right to left. Struggling with control is Bloom. He feeds a pass up the middle to Alan, and he takes a return pass from Alan. Bloom gets to the red line, backhands one in behind Blodgett. Takes a funky bounce off the boards, and we saw some funky bounces there in the 2nd period. Puck rimmed around to the near side corner. Kimball pops it up in the air. He gloves it down, feeds it ahead. This is going to be a hand pass, though, because it was actually the Purple Knights who did it, and finally touched by Bloom after killing 8 to 9 seconds on the clock. And the faceoff will be outside the Eagle zone between McDonald and Santoro, 34 seconds into period 3. Dukes pushes down Kimball from behind and rips the puck into the zone, where it's played behind the net by Winicki. Winicki goes back behind for McDonald. Doing a curly cue is Dukes trying to get to it, but Noble won the race and feeds it up to Kimball. Kimball with a long pass for Norling. Nice pinch up by McDonald to take it back. McDonald in over the line, takes a shot with the right pad saved by Blodgett. Then a re-shot taken by Dukes. Ripped wide as it deflected off somebody and went past Blodgett behind the net. And the Eagles send it all the way down for an icing. And, Coach, you talk about it all the time. These first 5 minutes are going to be huge. You're going to get this big push on good ice from St. Mike's to try to get one by and change the momentum of this game.
Yeah, there's no question that the plays by the Eagles have to be decisive and control the puck. Don't be in a hurry to move it if you don't have a play to make.
And they're mixing up the lines, too, as Leal's taking the face-off with Last and Forsalius. Leal lost that draw, though, as Santoro won it. Nice quick pass over to Swain. Swain gets to the red line. He's in over the blue. Takes a shot gloved by Manahan. Easy save there with Norling charging the net. That'll give the Eagles an opportunity to do a full line change. 1:16 into period number 3. Change of ice position here with the Eagles leading 2-0. Murray, Aloy, Swain, O'Connell, and Glassrud, the Eagle 5. Patrick Last taking the face-off for the Knights, Purple Knights. Face-off won cleanly by Murray. Back to O'Connell, who faked the shot, then rimmed around the boards. Though nobody over there for the Eagles. It's sent back to the point where Glassrud sends a shot across the ice into the near side corner from the far side point. Now the Purple Knights try to get it out of the zone, and they will on the stomach of Kyle Lee, who will take the puck now, standing back up on his skates, and he feeds a quick pass across to Forsalius. Chipped it to Schwartz. He sends it into the zone. Glassroot, again, using his body nicely to take the defender, the offensive player off the puck, and gets a pass out to Aloy. Nice stick work by Swain. Gets to the red line, dumps it in, goes off on a line change. O'Connell, the defenseman, in there to play it. Sends it back around the boards as the Eagles make a full change. And here comes Howell, Atkinson, and McQuegan out for the Eagles. Alain, chased by McQuegan, reverses the flow all the way over here to Forselius. He tries to get it out. Good play by McQuegan to keep it in as it deflected off his body, and Alain will try again. Alain goes to Ciancio. Ciancio feeds a pass up ahead. It deflects off the stick of Racker into the Eagles zone, where the Eagles will play it up the center and had it taken away, though, by Bavis. Bavis brings it in dangerously in over the line, takes a shot toward the net. Good play by Bice. He got his stick down, deflected it away, now feeds a nice pass to Howell. Howell looking for Atkinson at the center. Now dumps it in as he gets to the red line, allows Atkinson to chase after it. He'll take Ciancio on, body check him, sends the puck to the far side wall where pinching in is Kennedy. Kennedy on the backhand at the blue line, spinning away from the defender, still has it. Now on right point, dumps it in behind the net. We'll let Atkinson, who gets bodied off by Ciancio, takes it away, brings it out for the Eagles, and a nice quick pass up ahead to Bavis. Bavis in, over the line, looks for a shot, takes a shot, deflects off his skate, into the slot, they score! Bavis took a simple shot, it deflected off a leg, right into the slot, and down the ice, cruising, was, I believe, Nick Racker. And at 2:55, Racker gets his first goal of the season, and a big goal for St. Mike's on a bad break for the Eagles. The deflected puck went right to Racker, and he ripped it by Blodgett to make it 2-1.
Yeah, for sure. But you could see, too, right on the entry there, those crisp, flat, tape-to-tape passes. When the surface is good, it's their advantage. So let's skate this ice up a little bit.
Face off at center between a couple of number 7 teams. It's Ty Bloom and Ryan Mosher, and Mosher won it for the Eagles. Back to Noble. The Eagles in dangerous territory, give the puck away. McFarland tried to spin around the net as St. Mike's has a little bit of momentum for the first time in a long time. Schwartz toward the net, shoots it high. Puck bounces out in front. It goes off of Blodgett behind the net, and the puck rimmed around, kept in momentarily by the Knights, and Mosher tries to get it out, and he does. Gets to the red line, looking to dump it in, but a lot of pressure by Bloom, who gets boarded into the wall right in front of us by Bolak, and that's a dangerous hit, and that could be 5.
Yeah, you got to be more aware of your surroundings. That's just a
stick in the back where the numbers are, Coach.
Yeah, that's just a lack of judgment, no question.
Fortunately, able to get up under his own power. Now the question is going to be 2 or 5.
Which is the best thing. He's able to get up and get moving.
Absolutely. And at times, that's the difference between 2 and 5. But you want to talk about a momentum shift if Bolak gets 5 here. Let's see. Not good when they go to talk to.
Yep, I think he's got 5.
Let's see. Waiting on the score. It's 5. Waiting for the score behind us. That's a 5-minute major and a game misconduct for Bolak at 3:23. So all of the good work the Eagles have done through 40 minutes, they now have a 2-1 lead and will have to kill off a 5-minute major, the second power play of the game for the Knights, on a 5-minute boarding penalty to Max Bolak. Scotty Swain will serve the 5 minutes. Biggest points of the hockey game here. Douglas, 5-minute major as the Knights start on a power play. One-timer, nice right pad save by Blodgett, who got over and actually kicked the post out. Nice shot by Canchias. It was perfectly placed, but Blodgett at the last second got the right pad out, not only getting the pad on it, but kicking the post away. And 7 seconds into the 5-minute major, a face-off to Blodgett's right. 3:31 gone in the third, 2-1 Eagles. McDonald, Forselius, Canchias, Douglas, and Dukes, the Knights 5. Murray, O'Connell, Glassroot, and McQuegan, the Eagle 4. Face-off won by the Eagles. It dies in the circle. Puck just bouncing around, and Canchias comes away with it. Gives it to Douglas on right point. Now Dukes in front. Canchias shot looking for the far post on a cross-ice shot. Goes wide. Canchias, top of the near circle, fakes, takes a shot, blocked in front by O'Connell. Goes to Douglas center point. Douglas cruising in with Murray in front of him. One-timer fanned on by Canchias, clearly looking to set him up for one-timers. But now he has a puck at center point. Gives it to Douglas, top of the left circle. Now he goes center point, takes a bouncing shot. It's deflected. Kept in, though, by Dukes. Dukes, center point. Goes down below the circle to Forselius. Back to Dukes, center point. Takes a long shot in front, deflected by Blodgett, I think. Glassroot takes a slash. Got to be careful. You don't want to take a penalty there. Somebody doesn't have a stick. It's Murray. So 5 on 4 and a player missing a stick and then a bouncing puck wide. O'Connell has to get it out. Eagles need to get a stick to Murray somehow. And part of that broken stick sitting right in the slot. Across the ice. Cantajaz shot stopped by Blodgett. He'll cover it with McDonald right in front. And 1:11 gone on the 5-minute major. 4:35 to go in the third. Still 2-1, but nothing but zone time for the Purple Knights, on the first 1:11.
And that was a heads-up play, actually, because O'Connell's stick that was broken, Murray gave his stick to O'Connell, being the D in front of the net, because I saw Murray skate off the ice with his stick.
Santoro
smart play
on the draw, but the Knights win it again. Back to Ciancio at right point. He'll send it toward the net, gloved by Blodgett. That's an easy shot and an easy save. As Ciancio took a wrist shot from 50 feet out. Gloved by Blodgett. Face off in the same spot between Bloom and Santoro. Won by Santoro this time. Eagles looking to get it out. They haven't gotten it out since the power play began. They finally do get it to center. Played back in their own zone is Ciancio. He gets out of his own zone, gets to center. He's in over the line. Bloom, dangerous though. Gives it to Ciancio, top of the far circle. Gives it down low to Bloom. Bloom in the corner, back to Ciancio at right point. Now a one-timer set up through a maze of legs, stopped by Blodgett. Might have gone off of Bavis's leg as well, as McFarland wound up. Now Bavis gives back to Ciancio's move to left point. Gives it over to Lecomte, back to center point. Over here for McFarland. Back to Ciancio, he fakes the windup. Pressure on him, forces him to pass. They go across the ice in the umbrella with a shot that's blocked off the leg of Tommy Bice as McFarland tried a wrist shot, maybe looking for a deflection, but the only one to deflect it was Tommy Bice into the netting and roof. And 2:07 gone on the 5-on-4 5-minute major. 5:30 gone in the third period, still 2-1.
Yeah, Post so far doing a good job. Right now I don't feel like St. Mike's is finding the play that they're looking for.
Number one unit back out for St. Mike's. McDonald wins the faceoff, back to Douglas. Douglas to Dukes, top of the far circle, set up the umbrella. Douglas and Dukes get very close to each other. Dukes struggles with it across the slot area. Canchias one-timer went way wide, but Dukes picked it up on the other side. He tried to center it in front. The Laurie tries to get over there, but McDonald beat him to it. Now back to Douglas at right point. He goes to center point, gives to Dukes. Dukes moves to center point. He takes a wrist shot through a maze of players. It bounced off McDonald in front and went wide. Then Howell ripped it up the wall, kept it nicely by Douglas. Shot toward the net, deflected wide off the stick of Forselius. Kept in still at the point, deflect off a leg in front toward Blodgett, gets swiped away. Howell tries to get it. Nice play to keep it in as Cantajaz. 2 minutes to go, and finally the Eagles will get it out. It's Howell. Howell dumps it in right on the Manahan. He'll make the save. Atkinson cruising in, taken down. No call, and that's off his moorings, and they're going to let him play. Wow. Atkinson taken down as he charged the net as Manahan left a rebound. Atkinson looking back, asking where the penalty is. He took out Manahan as well, forcing the stoppage with 6:25 gone in the third.
I think we need the challenge flag on that one.
Questionable to say the least, but 1:59 remaining on the man advantage. Still 2-1. Eagles have gotten progressively better on the penalty kill as it's moved through this 5 minutes. Face-off will be just outside the Purple Knight line. Mosher lost the face-off to Bloom. And the Purple Knights will start behind their own net. 1:50 remaining on a man advantage. Here's Ciancio, the captain. Feeds a pass over to McFarland up on right wing. He's in over the line, carries it in, now goes into the corner, has Glassroot on him. Glassroot takes him with a big hit behind the net, but the puck comes over here to Leal. Leal back to Ciancio at the point, fakes a slap shot, takes a wrist shot. McQueen gets his leg on it, and it's blocked. McFarland now comes center point with some space, cruising in with a shot that goes wide. Might have gone off a leg there, but the shot went wide, sends it back to the point and all the way down the ice as he was looking for Lecomte, who wasn't on the wall. He had to skate for it and went under his stick, and all the way down, and now there's a minute 19 remaining on the 5-minute major penalty to Max Bolak. Over the line, sent toward the net, it deflected just wide, but it comes all the way through and is ripped all the way down the ice by Meyer. That'll kill another 15 seconds or so, and we're under a minute on the 5-minute major. Still 2-1. The Eagles are under a minute away from killing off the 5-minute major. Here's Douglas. Gives it over here for Dukes. Dukes goes around Murray, gets to the red line, continues on, then backhands it into the near side corner where McDonald chases after, but Bice wins it. Tried to rip it up the far wall, kept in by Kansas. Douglas closes in, fakes the shot, takes the shot, goes off the leg in front, I believe, of Murray. Bounces past Bice with 30 seconds remaining on the power play. Here's Kancias. Kancias gives it to Forsalius. Forsalius to Dukes. One-timer from the slot, in front, goes off the face, and they score. It went off the body of McDonald and laid right there for Forsalius on the left side of Blodgett. And with 22 seconds remaining on the 5-minute major, St. Michael's finally gets one. And at 8:02, this game is tied at 2. Coach, second deflection that sort of led to the puck going to the right space, and St. Mike's finding a place to put one in.
Yeah, unable to find that guy down low, right head on a swivel, not following the puck. Find your man, pick up their stick, but definitely easier said than done because that happened so quickly.
So the Eagles kill off 4 minutes and 38 seconds of the 5-minute major, but let one in the final 22, and this game is tied at 2, so their 2-0 lead and all that hard work for the moment have gone into a tie. And now we're back to the concerns over the 1-goal games. 5 seconds remaining on the 5-minute major as the Purple Knights keep it in, and finally out of the box comes Swain. Eagles take it away as Santoro dumped it looking for Delory. And we're back to full strength with 8:30 gone in period 3. And the Knights give it away. It's deflected, so no icing, as two Knights crashed into each other in their own zone, which almost led to an Eagle offensive opportunity. But here's Glassrud with a head of steam, gives it to Norling. Norling gets to the blue line, dumps it in. It goes behind the net, rimmed all the way around. Kept in by O'Connell, takes a big hit, gets up as well, and then pops free back to center, where Santoro will start again. Santoro, though, gave it away. Walking in, fake shot in front, and they score! Santoro gave it away. Leal walked in, faked the shot, sent it across, and Matty Toriainen at 9:06 gives the Knights a 3-2 lead. Two Knights pressured Santoro when he had the puck right outside his blue line. He tried to make a pass. It was stolen by Leal, and he eventually found Toriainen. And at 9:06, 3 goals in the first 9:06 have given St. Mike's a 3-2 lead.
Yeah, that's, again, there's a situation there where you get pressure like that, and you'd like to manage the puck a bit better for sure, but you also need some help.
They need to find a way to get a goal to regain momentum. As a goal, a 5-minute major power play that included a goal, and then a goal right after it, have given St. Mike's a 3-2 lead. Here in the third period, now the Eagles with an opportunity. Haug is taken down, no penalty. Over the line comes Atkinson. He takes a shot that's deflected, and the Eagles apoplectic looking for another penalty as Howell was taken down.
I think that was just bad luck. It looked like the St. Mike's player took the shot, his stick broke, and I think Howie stepped on the stick.
So to catch up, Forsalius, his first of the season from Kantajas at 8:02, and then a minute 4 later was Toriainen, his second of the season from Jake Leal at 9:06.
You got to reset, refocus here. You can't worry about what was or what wasn't called. Time to go to work.
Those were the 2 goals in a minute 4. One a power play goal, one an even strength goal.
Half the period left here. Plenty of time.
Murray and Bloom in the draw to Manahan's left, and we talked about it at the beginning of the period. Manahan really kept them in the game here and has allowed them to score these 3 goals, but still plenty of time left. And around comes Lecomte. Lecomte It's taken out by Delory, but still goes after the puck. It's free in front. A shot taken that goes over the net by Kyle Lee. He had a yawning cage with Blodgett down. But somebody came by and got a stick on it and deflected it into the netting. With 9:57 to go in the third, 3-2 St. Mike's.
Yeah, I'd like to see Poach just kind of settle down here right now and just relax and start picking men up. Play your game, play your defensive zone that you work on all the time.
Face-off one, picked up in the circle by Kimball. Kimball gets to the red line, dumps it in. Santoro falls down. Norling on the far side wall, spins away from two Knight checkers. Fights for it, comes away with it though. Tries to center it, had it roll off his stick. Goes for the hit instead of the puck, loses the puck, and out comes St. Mike's. Goes around Glasser, now a 2-on-1 over the line. Tried to center it in front was Lecomte. He had it chopped off his stick. Santoro overskates it. Leaves it in the corner where Norling fights for it. He comes away with time and space and gives it to Kimball. Kimball, long pass to Santoro, 1-on-2. In, over the line, just waiting while everybody changes behind him at this point. Keeps it in the zone momentarily, and a nice pass in the middle for Cantajas. Cantajas looks up ahead, comes in 2-on-1, looks back to Cantajas. Good stick check from behind was Kennedy. And the Eagles regain the puck, touched by a high stick, bounced away, but McDevitt touched it, so off that goes. Meyer gets the center, carries it in to the Knight zone where Cantajas will regroup. He gets away from McDevitt, carries it to the red line. Mosher got a stick on it, still at center ice.
No worries.
5 players fighting for it at center ice. Trying to get it out of the mosh pit. Finally, Kennedy goes across the ice to Tommy Bice. Pops up in the air, somehow misses the light in the roof. Bice being heavily stick-checked, though, by Winnicki. Eagles just trying to get it out, and a nice pass to McQuegan. McQuegan comes in over the line with McDevitt, charging with him. Tries to center it in front. It goes off the stick and rolls wide to the near side corner, but McDevitt there to pick it up. McDevitt comes across, leaves it there, got stick-checked. Puck comes out of the zone. Delory just couldn't keep it in. And sent to center, where Atkinson will play. 8 minutes even to go, 3-2 St. Mike's. Delory across the ice to Atkinson, up on left wing, he's in over the line. Carrying it in, goes around the net, it's got Delory in front, centered it in front. Howell takes a shot off the leg of Manahan, centers it towards in front of the net. It's actually deflected by Davis. Eagles come away with it again, try to send it back to the point to Delory. He takes a deflected shot in front. Rebound, squirts next to Howell. It goes off his stick. Manahan made the save. Kept in, though, by Noble. Noble takes a shot toward the net, stopped by Manahan. Bounces in front. Howell and Atkinson there couldn't touch it. And now it goes around Noble and out to center, but Delory wins the race, and Noble will be able to pick it back up inside his own zone with 7:25 to go in the third, 3-2 St. Mike's. Delory behind his own net will let everybody get a change as Howell, Swain, Noble, Aloy out on the ice for the Eagles. Swain checks Cantajas, leaves it for Lee, and out comes St. Mike's. Forselius, cross ice pass to Douglas. He takes a shot that goes wide. Forselius sends it back toward the net, and it's pinned to the post by Blodgett with 6:54 remaining in the third. Good couple of opportunities for that line coach down on the Eagle end of the ice, but the right pad of Manahan again coming in big.
Yeah, again, he's been the difference maker in regards to St. Mike's opportunity to stay in this game, and then his team was able to step up in front of him and take advantage of it.
Face off to Blodgett's right is Murray and Bloom. Won by Murray, sent out to center. And back to Ciancio, carries it in his own zone. Looked ahead, it got around Glassrud into the Eagle zone. O'Connell faked behind his own net, stopped and sent it behind his own net, and Glassrud will try to come up dangerously around Blodgett. Nice big hit though, sending Lecomte to the ice. But the Eagles unable to get the puck out of the zone with 6:25 to go in the third. Alain behind his own back to Ciancio, too far, and instead it goes into the Eagle zone. Fancy play by Lecomte, but ends up giving the puck away to Kennedy, who feeds it up the boards ahead for Santoro. Santoro chipped it into the Knight zone, will chase after it as Bloom goes behind his own net, was faking to go wide, stopped, and left it for Alain. as he will go off on a line change, Will Bloom. Santoro chopping away at Alain, trying to get it, and gave the puck away to Norling. Norling makes a fancy move, gets it to Santoro, but chopped away by McDonald as Kimball goes in after it. Kimball rides McDonald out. Puck comes into the far side Zamboni corner over there. Instead on the stick of Ryland Dukes, and Alain ends up with it to Dukes. And finally the Knights come out with a pass to Ciancia with 5:39 to go in the third. Ciancia sends it in around the board. Tommy Bice will go behind his own net with 5:30 to go in the third. Santoro somehow missed the roof, feed a nice pass up to Norling, but chopped away by the aggressive stick of Douglas. Douglas sends it in. Everybody going off for a change again. Has quick changes here in the third. Kennedy took a weird bounce, ended up in the middle of the ice, and then sent right back into the Eagle zone. So Tommy Bice will reverse the flow. Over to Howell, gets it up to Atkinson, makes a nice chip pass to Kennedy. Kennedy then sends it to the far near side of the ice, but nobody's there. McQuegan's got to chase after it. Alain plays it in his own zone. Behind his back to Ciancio. Ciancio checked by Atkinson, but managed to make a nice pass, but Howell somehow kept it in. Dumped around the net. Atkinson will chase after it. Alain again. Atkinson does a good job to make a check, though, and keep that puck pinned behind the net. Howell comes in after it, but it goes the other direction, and Ciancio will try to skate it out on the far side, off the glass, up the middle, and down to the Eagle zone. 4:35 to go in the third. 3-2 St. Mike's. Delory to Noble. Finds Howell. He'll dump it in. I feel like he's been on the ice for about 4 straight minutes. McQuegan makes a big hit in the near side corner, and there is a whistle. Delory and Last. Some pushing and shoving. Not sure what the whistle was for, but a face-off to Manahan's left with 4:20 remaining in regulation time.
Maybe the net, but I didn't see it. Didn't see any signal, did you?
I did not.
No.
Murray and Last on the draw. Last won it. Puck sent around the far side boards past Noble at center. It'll go into the Eagle zone. Noble has to win the race. He did manage to make a nice backhand pass, too far for Aloy. And the Knights will play it inside their own zone. As Schwartz thumps it all the way down. This should be an icing. Bad play by Schwartz as he didn't get to the red line. He dumped it in and it became an icing. Four minutes even in regulation time. Face off to Manahan's left. Murray and Last again. Eagles trail by 1.
It'll be another little bit here, and then Coach Brown will start to formulate if and when he needs to pull the goaltender.
Eagles win the faceoff. O'Connell kept it in, sent it down the wall, played back to O'Connell, gets around O'Connell, sent to center. Glassroot in that reach and length managed to get to the puck before erasing Lecomte, and then Murray took down as a delayed penalty upcoming on St. Mike's for a slashing call. And the Eagles 0 for 4 on the man advantage will have their opportunity. Here's your opportunity, Coach. 3:42 to go in regulation time.
Yep, this is it. You got to simplify. You just got to get pucks to the net. Goaltender's been good, been strong, but pucks to the net. Look for rebounds. Dirty goals probably going to be the difference here.
Lecomte not too happy as he gets 2 for slashing at 16-18. And his bench trying to tell him to calm down because he's not happy with that call. So Santoro and McDonald in the face-off to Manahan's left. McQuegan wins it back to Kimball. Kimball sends it toward the net, deflected off McQuegan. Never got to Manahan, but then a fanned clear by Dukes, and Kimball goes in to play it. Into the corner, it's ripped around, and that'll go all the way down the ice. Sometimes the old phrase, grip it and rip it, sort of comes true. That was one of those opportunities. It looked more like the Eagles were concerned about the play when McQuegan actually had a wide open lane and a deflector in front and tried to feed it there without, and probably didn't really want to because he was more concerned about setting it up.
Plus, grip it and rip it is one of the more fun things to say.
Very true. 1:20 to go on the man advantage. Here's Delory. Eagles 0 for 4 on the man advantage. Delory carries it in over the line. He still has it. Avoids a hit. Gets to McQuegan in front who tried to backhand it and went wide. McQuegan to Aloy in front. Great pad save by Manahan. Got the left pad on it. That was beautiful. Here comes McFarland over the line. 2-on-1. McFarland in. He scores. I'm going to steal the thunder of the 3 stars coach and just give it to Manahan now, barring something crazy in the last 240. That was a phenomenal save on Jake Alloy as he wound up a one-timer from 20 feet out, got the left pad on it, and broke the 2-on-1 the other way, where Brennan McFarland scores his second of the season at 17-20, a shorthanded goal to give the Knights a 4-2 lead. And everything that went right for the Eagles in the first 40 minutes has gone wrong in the last 20. As they had a 2-0 lead entering the period, and now they're down 4-2. Still have 50 seconds remaining on the man advantage, but the Eagles are off sides. With 2:28 remaining in the third, St. Michael's, a 4-goal third period, has given them a 4-2 lead. Howell and Leal, and Howell wins the faceoff. Back to Tommy Bice with 40 seconds remaining on the man advantage. 2:20 in regulation time, 4-2 St. Mike's. Here's Bice. Over the line, carries, goes behind the net, looks to center it out in front, but watched by 3 Purple Knights. Ripped up the wall all the way around, but kept in by Howell. Howell sends it toward the net in front, goes past Meyer. O'Connell pinches in, sends it behind the net. Douglas trying to avoid the hit of Meyer, but Meyer makes a nice clean hit there, and the puck comes away. Puck still behind the net, chopping on it is Norling. Norling holds, fakes back to Meyer. He spins away, sends it toward the net in front. Again, a shot stopped by Manahan. Howell took a slap at it after Manahan had it, and with 5 seconds remaining on the power play and 1:46 to go in the third, Manahan makes another save, and it's 4-2 still. And we'll see if the Eagles call a timeout here. And if they're not, let's see if they're going to pull Blodgett, and they're not going to do that right now either. Murray lost the draw to Dukes, and Dukes sends it all the way down. That'll end the power play. And now 100 seconds remaining in regulation time, 4-2 St. Mike's. Noble gets it to Swain. He sends it around the boards near to far. Atkinson goes in after it. Blodgett still in the net with under 90 seconds to go. Eagles trailing by 2. Lee comes out with it the other side. Sends a chip pass to Winicki. Goes up in the air. Gloved by Noble at the Eagle line. Kennedy carries it out. Gets to the red line. He'll cross dump it with a racing Swain in after it. He chopped it away. Kept it in the corner momentarily. Murray comes away with it. The Knights spin it and send it all the way down the ice, but Delory there as Blodgett's gone off. Delory replaced Blodgett. So no icing. Alloy gets to the blue line with under a minute to go in the third. Swain goes after it, hits Lee, puck in the corner, 6 players in the corner, comes up the wall, played by Kennedy, but sent into the bench, and he takes a hit after the puck goes into the bench. With 45.1 to go in the third, Blodgett on the bench for 6 attackers. Eagles trailing by 2. It's been a 4-goal third period for St. Mike's. And don't forget to stay with us after the final horn here, as we'll give you the 3 stars on the afternoon. Eagles going to call a timeout with 45 seconds remaining in regulation time. Let's briefly recap this third period. Eagles had a 2-0 lead, and then a bouncing puck off a shot by Jack Davis ended up on the stick of Nick Racker, and he put it in past Blodgett at 2:55. Then a 5-minute major on a boarding penalty to Max Bolak gave the Knights a 5-minute penalty that the Eagles killed off 4 minutes and 38 seconds of. But with 22 seconds remaining, again, a bouncing puck off the face of Case Canajas actually went off of Jack McDonald, and it ended up on the stick of Hans Forselius at 8:02 to make it 2-2. So Forselius from Canajas and McDonald tied the game at 2. A minute 4 later, Matty Toriainen found a loose puck. He put it in to make it 3-2 on a play by Jake Leal, a beautiful play by Jake Leal. And then after a gorgeous save by Manahan on an Eagle power play, Brendan McFarland had a 2-on-1 with Ty Bloom. at 17-19 to give the Knights a 4-2 lead. Face-off one, but chipped out of the zone with 35 seconds remaining in the third. Delory. Puck goes behind the net to Kimball with 30 seconds. Eagles have 6 attackers, trailing by 2. Kimball gets to the blue line, but good job by St. Mike's to just stand up at the blue line. Puck taken away by Duke, sends it toward the net off of Delory. Will go behind the net as they were shooting for the empty net with 15. Delory gives to Santoro. Feeds it up looking for Kimball. Kimball makes a nice pass to Aloy. Aloy has a streaking Norling, couldn't get it there as the clock will run out. And the Eagles fall 4-2 today after having a 2-0 lead entering the third period. 2 bad bounces led to 2 goals. Then a giveaway by Santoro led to a 2-on-1 and the game-winning goal that was scored by Toriainen. And then after a fantastic stop by Manahan on a one-timer by Jake Aloy on a man advantage, led to a 2-on-1. And that 2-on-1 was the game ender, really, as it made it 4-2, short-handed. As Eagles go 0 for 5 on the man advantage today. Knights go 1 for 3 on the man advantage. Coach, your 3 stars, I sort of gave away who I think the first star is, so
yeah, no,
go ahead, here are your 3 stars.
No, I agree with that. I mean, honestly, if you could give the first and second star to a player, it's probably Cole Manahan with the way he
kept him in the
his
game.
Team and kept it in the whole way, good composure. I mean, he just played a great game. The second star I gave to McFarland, who I believe had that 4th goal, shorthanded, but just kind of sealed the deal there. And honestly, 3rd goal, I'm swinging back the other way because I thought Drew Blodgett, I thought Drew played very, very well. I mean, you know, power play goals, hard to count those against your goaltender. And then you can't give up, you know, 2-on-1 to a team that is very skilled, very good with the puck, and able to finish and execute. So I think Drew certainly deserves that for his efforts.
And he did play well. He's the one who created that 2-0 lead for the Eagles as much as anything.
Yeah, absolutely.
He made some big saves, particularly in the first period. But can't say enough about Cole Manahan, who, you know, really stood on his head at times in this game. As we said in the second period, it could have been 4-5 nothing with some of the saves. Not to mention the 2 bad bounces off the wall that ended up in his crease on the wraparound, on dump-ins, excuse me. But
yeah, there's a player who earned his way, it's kind of a fun story in that sense. Kind of earned his way along. I mean, he's a junior. So he's been here now. He's been there at St. Mike's for 3 years, played 20 games. So he hasn't gotten a ton of time, but certainly made the most of his opportunity tonight. And that's his, I think it's his first game. Second game he's played this year, and he's well on his way to solidifying himself in that position.
Shots on goal in the third period for St. Mike's 11, a 3-period total of 28 for Post 5, a 3-period total of 26. So that also goes to show 4 goals in the third. They outshot 11-5. Faceoffs 12-11 Post. They end up winning faceoffs 39-33. So something to take hold. And we're not bad on the penalty kill. They really did kill off most of that 5-minute major. And again, can't stress enough, first of all, St. Mike's making the comeback and, you know, being down 2-0 and scoring the 4 goals. First goal off a bad deflection ended up right onto the stick of a streaking Nick Racker who ripped it by Blodgett. Second goal went off a deflection off a man in front, right to a wide open man on the other side of Blodgett, slammed it in. You know, the giveaway, that's the one play you can really look back to and think about and hopefully take away something from going forward. A new player into the program, that giveaway led to the 2-on-1 and the goal by Toriainen, who found the puck and was able to put it by Blodgett. That was the play of the game, unfortunately, and that put the Eagles down 3-2. But he kept coming as Santoro kept playing. Didn't keep his head down, was still pushing ahead. But that's one of those moments you're going to look back on.
Yeah, and sure for a very young team who has acquitted themselves well in 2 games in many areas. There's the expression, you don't win and lose, you win and learn. And with a young team like this, provided they can learn from these errors, picking guys up, that kind of thing, having maybe a little better support in certain situations, they've got a good future this season as things progress.
What game 2? So you don't want to over analyze game 2, but 2 games, 2 third period leads, 2 losses. What do you take from that? How do you get that out of your head, knowing you're going to be in this position? You might be in this position again tomorrow. What do you need to do, both from a coaching standpoint and from a playing standpoint, to say we're not going to let this happen again?
Right. Well, I think there's conversation about how technically and tactically you have to overcome that, right? And tactically, it's make sure that we have good positioning and good support everywhere on the ice, especially in the house when the opponent has the puck bouncing around in the house. And then the other piece of it is take a breath, and this is way easier said than done because you have a young team. Take a breath and have confidence in the skills that you have and force the other team to make plays. Don't give them things. If they make plays, they make plays. But, simple, and it's simple basics too, Jeff, like picking guys up on back doors and in those little spots, right? Not puck watching and that, which, again, big jump. A lot of kids that just played juniors last year. Big jump from juniors to the NCAA and how quickly things can happen and turn, which we saw this afternoon.
So that'll do it for us here at the Louis Astorino Arena here on the campus of Hamden High School. We thank them for hosting this game and the one tomorrow due to some arena issues down in Shelton. But tomorrow, come back with us tomorrow, 3:45 pregame, 4 o'clock puck drop on the CACC network and youtube.com/GoPostEagles. These 2 teams will play again starting at 4 p.m. Somebody will be in my spot tomorrow. Coach Whitney will be here. I'll be up at the football up at Municipal Stadium for the home football finale as your Eagles will take on AIC on the football side. So we thank you for joining us. For Coach Whitney, I'm Jeff Nelson. Final score, St. Michael's with a 4-goal third period, 4. Your Post University Eagles 2. We'll see you tomorrow here on the network. Thank you very much and have a good evening.